keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Very nice, I'm looking at the camera. Heading on, good, good, good. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with me, and you notice by now, or at least you should. For those of you that are here for the first time, welcome to you as well. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant, and the name of this wonderful channel is Be the Boss of Your Motorcycle. This is day 2 here in Cessna, Florida. I met Gator Ford, and this place is just awesome. I mean, they've been so accommodating. Once again, big shout out to Mike and Chris. Chris is the one of the partners here, and the place is just run phenomenally. If you guys didn't see the video that I did, just Mike showing me around this dealership, definitely take a look at it, because yes, Ford, they sell trucks and cars, and of course they do repairs, and like any other dealership, but what sets this dealership apart from any dealership, car dealership that I've ever experienced is their connection to motorcycles, right? And so this practice course, they cleared this lot, or this portion of their lot, because they have a bunch of, they have acres here, over 30 acres. They cleared this section just for us to come out here and do a practice session Saturday, which was yesterday, and today, Sunday, this is practice session number 68. Welcome, guys. Welcome to practice session number 68. We had good weather yesterday. The sun tried to get us, but the clouds kind of protected us for most of the day. So I appreciated that. Today's going to be a little bit cooler, and I appreciate that. We're also going to have less people participating today. And if you guys are new, we do 14 different things out here when we practice, and it's all skill levels out here. This is not a competition, right? We're just out here to get better. And if we're at a skill level where we already feel, we pretty much got this figured out, then we still have to refine and refresh. Like, this is a perishable skill, so you just want to stay on top of it, and that's what this is all about. This is a positive learning environment. My channel's all about, and myself, all about positivity, period. There's no arrogance here, there's no judgment, there's no name calling, there's no teasing, no bullying, none of that type of crap. It's an each one teach one environment, and we have fun. It's that simple. All right, guys, stick around. As long as I don't have any microphone issues like I had in yesterday's practice session, or practice session number 67, and I'm a happy camper. I was annoyed by that, of course, but it is what it is. These things happen, and part of it is on me. I got to start doing some more checking audio before. Every time I hit the record button, I got to check the audio. I got to be in the habit of doing that. Can't take for granted that it's working like it should be. All right, guys. When the preloaders and V.I.Preloaders get here, we're going to talk to them, as we always do. We're going to find out who they are, where they're from, what they're riding today, how long they've been riding a motorcycle, and more importantly to me, how long they've been practicing slow speed riding. And I'm going to ask them what they would rate themselves 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed maneuvers. And of course, that number's for them and them only. It's not for me, it's not for us. And then at the end of the day, we revisit that, and I ask them if there's any change in the number. And sometimes there is, sometimes it goes up. If you've never practiced slow speed maneuvers before, actually practiced, this is a humbling experience. So sometimes people's numbers go down because people you're not going to really be accurate on what your number is for yourself if you've never done this. But that's what this is about, showing you where you are and what you need work on. And if you have goals, this is how you're going to achieve them. What's your name?
Hey, my name is Michael Accord.
Where are you from?
From Wesley Chapel, Florida.
How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
5 to 7 years.
Okay. And what are you riding today?
21 Road Glide Special.
Okay, and guys, you look at this Road Glide Special, and it wasn't this color when you bought it, correct?
No, it was a black on black special.
I thought it was gunship gray, but it's beautiful. And I was telling Mike that he's confusing me. His motorcycle's confusing me because most of you guys know I'm not a huge fan of road glides. But depending on the road glide and the angle that I look at it, it's appealing to me. I went all around his motorcycle, and from every angle it looks good. And I finally come to the realization that it has a lot to do with those headlights that come on that road glide. It does something to that bike. It makes that, I just don't like the way it looks. But on his bike, with the colors and everything that he's put on his bike, I just think it's beautiful. And it was actually making me, annoying me looking at his bike because I was confused. So anyway, beautiful bike, man, beautiful bike.
Thank you.
Now, this beautiful dealership, you work here, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm general sales manager.
General sales manager. Again, I told you guys, I ran into Mike in Daytona, and he set this all up, and now you get to see who Mike is here at Gator Ford. Just a phenomenal dealership, and I don't blow smoke, guys, and I'm saying this for a number of reasons. Check out the video I did specifically with Mike showing me around this dealership. Just awesome. How long you been practicing slow speed riding?
Been busy, so
Okay.
no, I have not been practicing at all.
Okay, good. If you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best slow speed, well, I know this is difficult since you've never done it, but what would you give yourself?
Definitely one.
Okay. All right. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right. What's your name?
Chris Mangian,
Chris, where you from?
Fort Myers.
How long you been riding the motorcycle?
Probably about 20 years.
Okay, what are you riding today?
I'm riding a 2020 Road Glide Limited.
Okay. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
I've been watching your videos for probably 6 months or so, and I've actually been practicing about that long.
Okay, good. Good.
So
And if you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best, slow speed maneuvers.
I'd probably say I'm around a 3 right now, and obviously that's why I'm here, because I really want to get good at slow speed maneuvers. It's so important. So,
Absolutely. Pleasure to meet you, man.
same to you. Thanks.
All right, man. You look familiar. What's your name?
Warren Patton,
Where you from, Warren?
Melbourne, Florida.
Weren't you in the practice session before?
Practice session 59.
59. Check it out, guys. What are you riding today?
The same 06 Street Glide.
06 Street Glide. How long you been practicing slow speed riding?
Total about 13 years.
You've been practicing slow speed for 13
Slow
years?
speed, only about 10 months.
10 months. Okay, good. You're right. I forgot to ask you how long you've been riding a motorcycle. So you've been riding for 13 years, practicing for 10 months.
Correct.
Okay. If you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10 in slow speed, 10 being the best, what would you give yourself?
I'm going to say a 6.
All right, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you again.
Hi.
What's your name, brother?
Tom,
Tom, where you from?
Clearwater.
Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater, Florida, originally New Rochelle, New York.
All right. How long you been riding the motorcycle?
I rode a few years in New York, moved down here. I went 18 years without riding.
Okay.
Now down here about 5 years.
Okay, good. And what are you riding today?
I'm riding a Street Glide ST
What year?
2022.
All right. How long you been practicing slow speed riding?
I have not. I just discovered the bike is new. I've only had it for 4 weeks.
Okay.
I've only discovered you a few weeks ago,
Beautiful.
and I haven't really done any practicing, so I have a lot of bad habits.
Good. All right. But yeah, you're right. That's why we're here, and practice takes care of that. But habits and instinct are the biggest obstacles. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. You just have to practice. Okay, if you had, I know this next question is going to be difficult since you've never really practiced. But if you had to give yourself a rating, slow speed, 1 to 10, 10 being the best, what would you give yourself?
Maybe a 2.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you, brother.
You too.
All right, guys. So yeah, I had microphone issues with my other mic, so that's why I'm doing it the old school way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We got 14 things to do out here. We're gonna get to it. All right, let's do it. All right, good morning, guys. Morning. What are you doing, Tom?
Starting already.
Welcome to practice session number
68.
Oh man, on point. Warren, that shirt is just phenomenal. Just a phenomenal shirt.
Is that copyrighted?
It is.
Okay.
I ordered one yesterday.
Yes, I know. Yes, Tom ordered one. Thank you for your support. All right. Safety. I know I'm talking to, well, all of you guys live in Florida, right?
Yes.
All right. When I practice out here doing slow speed maneuvers, anywhere really, you never see me with a helmet on for the most part, except when I was at Harley Davidson's dealership. They require a helmet, so I put a helmet on. I just want you guys to keep in mind the odds on you having a head injury during slow speed maneuvers are low, but it's still possible. So I'm not going to tell you have to wear a helmet. We're all adults. You make your own decisions. But I just want to let you know it's still possible. You know, even with me, I know I take a risk because I don't know what's going on inside my body. What if I pass out and now I don't have any control over, you know what I mean? All right, enough said about that. Do any of you guys have an issue being on YouTube? No. What's up, man?
How are you, sir? Sorry about that.
Your name?
Ari?
Ari. Nice to meet you, man. How are you with push-ups? You feel good? Yeah. Okay, good. Speaking of push-ups, somebody will do them for you.
He's my proxy. He was late. He's our proxy. We're good.
For everybody, right?
Speaking of push-ups, front brake. Now, everybody here's familiar with my channel. I already know you guys.
Yes.
How long you been watching the channel?
About a month.
Okay, good. If you grab your front brake today, within an exercise, slow speed maneuvers, it's a 10 push-up penalty. But listen, we're gonna use some, it's voluntary. We're gonna use some common sense standards. We're on two wheels, so sometimes you're gonna lose your balance. So if you're coming to a stop and it's just one of those stops where your balance is falling to the right, so you have to put your right foot down and you know, apply the front brake, that's fine. But if you're just on that front brake, yeah, 10 push-up penalty. If you put your foot down while this bike's moving, and I'm talking about in lieu of falling, you feel like you're falling and you put your foot out, 10 push-up penalty. We have to get out of the habit of doing that. I just added a 10 push-up penalty to that because I'm always in the proper, I don't know if proper is the right word, but I always seem to be in the location where I just have a direct view of people's ankles and feet being destroyed by their motorcycles. And it's always like, because I see it happening in real time. So we have to stop. We have to get out of the habit of rephrase. It's not a habit, it's an instinct. We have to break that instinct on a motorcycle. Like if somebody pushes us from behind, we don't have to go to a training class to be taught to put our hands out, right? But the same doesn't apply if you feel the bike falling. Do we all know how motorcycles operate? As far as not operate, what keeps them going, standing upright at slow speeds?
Rear wheel propulsion.
Power to the rear wheel, right? We know that, right? Was that like a learning moment for anybody just now? No, good. So this proves to me that we know what keeps it up, but we just have to make the connection when we feel falling what to do. And this is not, no. Looking at all of your motorcycles, you just took your bags off, so you have a little more leeway. But for the rest of us, and more important than the bags are the guards for the bags. There's no forgiveness there. As your bike is falling over and you put your foot down, the bike's moving forward, so your foot's moving backwards. That's not a good combination. There's nowhere for it to go. All right, so please get out of the habit of doing that. So because we know power is what keeps these bikes up at slow speed, is everybody here familiar with what preload and keep it loaded means? Yes? Okay, good. So there's 5 steps I want you guys to follow. Yesterday, all these guys said, screw your steps. They just stopped following them, right? And every time they didn't follow it, there was some sort of problem, right? If you follow these first 5 steps, it's gonna take care of a lot of issues that people have at slow speeds. And I'm talking about before you even move. So you said a month, right? Okay, so we're gonna start over here. What's always step number 1, Mike?
First gear.
That's right, we're gonna make sure the motorcycle's in first gear. Boom, nice and easy. Step number 2?
Cover the brakes.
Cover the rear brake. Now, I want you guys to understand, when I say cover the rear brake, especially since we're all riding Harley Davidsons, I want your foot on the rear brake. You don't have to apply pressure. You actually have to apply pressure to a Harley Davidson foot brake for it to come on. If you just put your foot on it, you're not gonna see the brake light come on, right? We cover it because if you need it, you're there already. Today is all about grace and fluidity. We have to be very graceful on the motorcycle, nice and easy, nothing herky-jerky, right? At slow speeds, all of that herky-jerky stuff is exaggerated, all of it. So, anybody nervous today? You? Okay, which is perfectly fine and perfectly normal. We're gonna take our egos and throw them in the grass, all right? Because we're here to learn today, so none of that macho crap, all right? And this is also an each one, teach one environment. So if there's anything that you know or you think something can help, share it with the group, and that includes me. I don't know everything, because it's not always about right and wrong. Sometimes it's just a better way of doing things. And that what's better, because it may differ from all of us, right? What's better for me might not be better for you.
I have a question. A couple of guys, we were talking, when I come up to a light, and especially at home, if I know it's a long light, I'm in neutral.
Okay.
And they were saying they're always in first, holding the clutch.
Okay, so
What do you do?
his question is, it's not really a question. He's letting me know that when he's at a light, he puts the bike in neutral, and he wants to know what I do. So, and this is part of you just being kind of new to the channel, right? So, how long you said you've been practicing slow speed riding? Never, right?
Never.
Okay. So I say when people actually practice, this is the same thing that happens in motor school. When we know motor school's coming up, they tell you get one of those tension squeezes, and just because you have to condition the muscles in your forearm. I said yesterday that most motorcycle riders are lazy and or complacent. Complacency is stopping at a light and putting the bike in neutral. You could do that in a car, meaning have your guard down because you have airbags and crumple zones. But on a motorcycle, you don't have that luxury. So you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to know what's going on at all times. And if something's going to happen, you need to be able to go. And sitting in neutral like this is a bad idea. Now, listen, there's exceptions to everything, right? Sometimes it could be perfectly fine to do that. But it's up to you to kind of figure out when that is. So that's the complacency. The laziness is tied into that as well. And it's pertaining to, I don't want to sit there and hold a clutch holder this time. Okay, so it also, with the rear brake, it's a lot easier for people to, if my hands are already here, I'm just going to use the front brake. I don't even want to pick my foot up this much to use the rear brake. So laziness and complacency. So the answer to your question is no, I advise you not to do that. Don't make it a common practice, I'll say that. When we do follow the leader, exercise number 4, every time I make a turn, I come around and I stop right there. And I stay in gear, because somebody that makes that turn, sometimes people get stuck in the turn, and next thing you know, they're coming right at me. If I'm sitting there in neutral, you know, every second counts. All right, does that clear that up for you? Yeah, definitely. You don't want to do that. If there's a truck behind you, so that's a big buffer, and you want to get something out of your saddlebag, yeah, I advise you put the bike in neutral. You don't want to be reaching and make a mistake and let go of your clutch. Put it in neutral. Do what you got to do. You know, you could judge what's going on and what makes sense and what doesn't, right? But I do know that we are a product of our own experiences. So somebody that has never experienced anything close to an accident, these are the people that say, I'm fine, I don't need to practice, I've been riding 30 years, never an incident. But somebody that's had an accident, almost had an accident, or knows someone that's close to them that's had a bad accident, their whole philosophy on this changes, and they start taking it serious. And a lot of people don't take this serious. It's fun, but it's dangerous. Even more so when you really don't know what you're doing. All right? All right. Don't get me started, man, because I'll keep going. We'll be riding the bikes an hour from now. All right. Okay. But all right. He hit me hard too. Close. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about now. Oh yeah, thank you. Step 3.
Friction zone.
That's right. Preload and keep it loaded. Yes. Preload and keep it loaded. I know preload's the biggest thing, but and keep it loaded should be the biggest thing. Because what happens, it was happening yesterday, it happens all the time. People will preload. Anybody here have stock exhaust? No. Good. Because that means you can hear it. I need you to listen to that all day today. Preload your throttle. People preload, and as soon as the next step comes with the clutch, I hear the preload go down. That's when it's most important. So we don't want it going down then. There was a guy yesterday, his bike kept stalling. That lets me know he's not following the first 5 steps. If you preload the throttle and keep it there, your bike's not going to stall. So that's yes, preload your throttle and keep it loaded. Step number 4.
As soon as the bike starts moving.
That's 5. 4 is slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. And remember I said everything we're doing is subtle. There's small variations of movements on our motorcycles with our clutch, with our throttle, and with our foot on that rear brake. Subtle, nice and subtle, right? And step number 5, as soon as the bike starts to move, pick up your left foot. As soon, I don't want to see you guys doing this. Right? As long as possible, no. We already talked about, we know if the bike starts to move, what's going to keep it up if we feel falling, power. So remember I said preload and keep it loaded? If we follow these first 5 steps, if you keep that throttle loaded and you slowly release the clutch, if you slowly release it, it's going to slowly move. Once it starts to move, just trust that you're going to be fine. Pick up your foot and we'll work on that. All right? This is not meant to These are not hollow grounds where miracles are going to happen today. So if there's something you're struggling with, it doesn't mean that by the end of the day, you're going to be proficient in it right away. Now, we all learn differently. For some people, that could happen. But this is to bring to your attention what you need work with, right? Practice it on your own. And if I'm having another practice session, you want to come back out, right? So the numbers that you guys gave earlier, we're going to do an exit interview later. Sometimes that number stays the same. Sometimes if somebody's never practiced before, they really don't know what to give themselves. So sometimes their number will go down. Sometimes if people have never practiced, they say, I'm probably a 1. That's probably the best thing to do, right? So again, and that number's for you, right? Period. You guys have any questions about that? All right, and if you have any questions today, guys, please ask them. There's no such thing as a stupid question. People all over the world watch these videos, and somebody's gonna see themselves in you individually. And that's why this is so important, what we do here. Because if I just did videos, you know, people will check out after a while. Yeah, all right, we know he knows what he's doing. But to see average riders or riders of all skill levels is huge. All right, so that's gonna move us to the most important thing today, in my opinion, and it ties into the first 5 steps. Starting and stopping your motorcycle, right? It's so important because you have to do it no matter how long you've been riding, no matter what you ride. Your stops should be as smooth as butter. Why? Because if you've been riding for 20 years, shit, you've been stopping a motorcycle for 20 years and you're still struggling at it? We should be progressing as motorcycle riders, right? Or at least at a level where we're not intimidated by it anymore. That's where the whole boss of the motorcycle thing comes from. That's the concept. So, coming to a stop, your foot should come down like this. Boop. Now, I've had certain people say, listen, I'm not comfortable just doing one foot. A lot of times that just means they need to practice more. Once you stop, if you want to put down both your feet, that's perfectly fine. That's a motor officer thing, that when we stop, everybody needs to look the same. That's why it's 1 foot down. But other than that, it's also because we're stopping with the rear brake. So if you're stopping with the rear brake, clearly you can't put this foot down until the motorcycle stopped. All right? So if you're bringing your motorcycle to a stop, a lot of motorcycle riders do this. Pull the clutch in, coast, 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 coast. And here's the disconnect. When you do that, sometimes that's going to work out just fine. Maybe most of the time it's going to work out just fine because the balance is going to work out, so you can come to a nice stop. But if it doesn't work out, where you start feeling your handlebars going like this, what most motorcycle riders do is that in their mind, that means, oh shit, it's time to stop. So they grab the front brake. That's when you see drops. That's when you see this. You know, it's not controlled. There's 3 C's in Preloader Nation, and we're going to abide by it today. Confidence, control, and consistency, right? Confidence is always number 1 because everything's going to follow that. Control is self-explanatory. I need you to be in control of your motorcycle at all times, period. And then consistency, there's an umbrella. So that's practicing. You need to do that consistently. When we talk about head and eyes, when you turn your head and your eyes, keep them turned, and then keeping your throttle loaded. That's consistency, okay? Okay, so if you're coming to a stop, and it's one of those times where your handlebars start to go like this, and you're not ready to stop yet because the balance is not, how do you deal with that? How do you bring that motorcycle to a smooth stop, Tom?
Slow pressure on the rear brake.
Keep it loaded with the rear and pressure on the rear brake.
Bingo, bingo. Because you're coming to a stop and because you're just coasting, if the handlebars start to do this, meaning the motorcycle, your motorcycle's like a coin rolling across the table with no power to the rear wheel. And at some point that coin's gonna start to waver. That's your handlebars going like this, and then eventually it's gonna fall. So the way you deal with that is you go back into the friction zone. But we're not trying to go back into the friction zone so much that now we're going fast. We just need a little bit of power. Remember, speed is not the issue out here. It's power to the rear wheels, okay? To the rear wheel. Go back into the friction zone, but rear brake at the same time. Let's say 30% friction zone, 70% rear brake, because we still want to stop. That's going to keep the motorcycle true. It's going to help us balance the motorcycle. All right, does that make sense? Okay, so sometimes you'll see me stop. Matter of fact, I'm going to get on my bike and I'm going to show you guys. I want you to listen to the throttle, right? All day today, I want you to listen to your throttles. So when I say keep it loaded, if we're doing an exercise, the whole time, once you start to move, I want to hear your throttle stay that way. the whole time you're in that exercise. And we're not in exercises for long. If you're doing right turns, left turns from a stop, once you make the turn, you're good. So I want you to concentrate on bringing your throttle up above idle. Listen to the sound of it. Don't worry about what the number is. Listen to it. And your goal is to keep it there. That's the goal. Keep it there. Concentrate on it because it's the only reason your bike's gonna fall. Not enough power to the rear wheel. If you hear you're preloaded, you hear it, and you still feel falling, you're not in the friction zone enough. Open your hand up, but don't open it all the way. It all depends on what's going on. This is about being the boss of the motorcycle. You need to know what to do based on the situation. All right? All right. Any questions about any of that? All right, let me get my bike. I'm just gonna roll up. I'm gonna come to a stop. I want you to listen to my engine. All right, so I'm coming to a stop. I got the clutch pulled in. As soon as I feel that, so as soon as I feel my handlebar starting to do this, immediately I'm just gonna go back into the friction zone. So you're gonna hear my RPMs raise a little bit. Coming to a smooth stop is also about coordination.
Is your kickstand off?
Yeah, it's down. That's Harley Davidson, you know, what are you gonna do? Coordination is a big part about this too. So when you see people stopping, if you stop your motorcycle and put your foot down, and then you have to put it down again, you're not coordinated. That's all that is. Because it's not like something else is stopping the motorcycle, you're stopping it. So you know, or at least you should know when it's stopping. So if you put your foot down prematurely, you're just not applying enough pressure on the rear brake. So these things should work together. This should know what this is doing because it's going from the same brain, right? But sometimes it's also, I feel like I'm losing my balance, time to put a foot down. When it's not, if you ever feel like you want to fall, this is the answer. You don't even have to worry about this because you're already preloaded for the most part, right? If you're coming to a stop, that's different because you're going to pull the clutch in, depending on the stop. Some stops are coming from a speed where you can actually, boom, nice and easy. But again, your foot should be like this or like this. Nice and easy. And when you take off, that should also be smooth. That's where preload and keep it loaded comes from. People will preload their throttle, and then when they open up the clutch, I hear cluck, 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 because they let out the preload. It's too low. Keep it loaded. So when I preload, and there's 5 steps. Yes, I put steps on it because if you forget stuff, when people forget stuff, their brain starts to wander. But if there's steps to follow, you just go through the steps. And eventually, there's no more steps. It's muscle memory, right? So, if I make sure I'm in first gear, cover the rear brake, reload, slowly release the clutch. So when I'm in my car, I practice bringing my car to a smooth stop so that other people's heads don't do this at the end of the stop, right? That's the same concept on this. I want to stop as smooth as possible. And the beauty about this is you can practice this every time you ride your motorcycle. In your mind, this is one of those instances where I say, if you have time to ride, you have time to practice. If you in your mind are concentrating on practicing that skill, you're practicing. And taking off is the same way. Everything should be nice and smooth. Any questions? Great. See those torque cones over there? We're gonna head over there. We're gonna do short starts and stops. And in my opinion, that's one of the most important exercises out here because it's the bread and butter, basic fundamentals. Those cones are 15 feet apart. And I started to say it doesn't matter how far they are. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be exact, but the point is I don't have them close together. I don't have them too far apart. Because motorcycle riders deal with the discomfort of slow speed maneuvering in 2 ways. They introduce speed or they duck walk. Guys, we're not doing any duck walking today. Yesterday, again, I have violators, right? No duck walking, that's with 1 foot or 2. So if I ask you to move your motorcycle from here to, let's say, where my tripod is, you might say in your brain, oh, look how close that is. So I may as well just do this. No, you're gonna do this all day today. Follow these first 5 steps, make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload your throttle and keep it loaded, slowly release the clutch. As soon as it starts to move, pick up your foot, and then you're gonna slow ride it to that next spot, come to a smooth stop, put your foot down. All day today, that's what you're practicing. And I'd like you to be practicing that the rest of your motorcycle riding career because is something we should be like almost experts at, right? Okay, I want your front wheel at the cone. Don't pass the cone with your front wheel. This is also a part of being aware where your motorcycle is at all times. This pertains to turns too. When we get to that, you shouldn't be hitting the cone, because you should know I can't turn here because my bag's gonna hit it. If you do it today, it's no problem, we're practicing. But the point is, we're taking care of more than one thing here. I want you to be concentrating head and eye straight ahead today, unless you're making a turn. Then you turn your head where you want to go, all right? Don't stare at my cones. It's inappropriate. See how small they are? You're all grown men. Don't stare at the cones. It's inappropriate. I'm not going to tell you not to look at them. What do you say?
It's rude.
It is. It's rude. But it's really inappropriate because they're underage. Now, you might look at the taller cones. I bought taller cones. You guys costing me money because I kept telling people stop hugging the cones, and their saddlebags were going right over the short ones. So I bought taller cones, but now they're just more enticing for the perverts to stare at them. So I just wanted to let you guys know, even though they're bigger, they're still underage, okay? All right, so don't stare at them. So concentrating on keeping your head in your eyes, it helps with your balance. That's what we're talking about here. Even with the horizon, helps you with the balance. So we're gonna go from cone to cone to cone. Short starts and stops, all right? Any questions? You going first all day today?
No, we were going with we voted number 6. Who was it that's 6? I think that was Warren.
There is no 6. There's 4 people here. 5 people.
No.
He said
Skill
he was
level.
6.
6.
Skill level.
Ah, yeah. You're right. I can't argue with that. And your handlebar should be moving. Very nice. All right, one more. Good job. Now easy on that rear brake at the end. One more, give me one more. One more. There we go. All right, you can go over by the 10. All right, this is Tom. Get that foot up on the board as soon as it starts to move. Foot on the board. Good. Nice. Excellent. One more, Tom. Outstanding, brother. Reload! I tell them outstanding and they almost stalled out. All right. Nice. Nice, steady preload. Good. All right, one more. Give me another one. Start out a little slower. Now, see the handlebars now? That's what happens when you start out slower. All right. All right, good job. And if you're doing this exercise, and I see you take off and your handlebars are straight as an arrow, speed. I want you to work it out. Right here. All right, start out slower. Start out slower. Now watch the handlebars. See, now you got some turning. Good. All right, start out slower. See how straight it was that time? There we go. One more. Start out slow. Rear brake, drag it, drag it, drag it, drag it. There we go. Easy at the end, easy. All right, good job. And we're gonna talk about dragging that rear brake and how that helps. Preload. All right, don't let the front wheel pass the cone. Next cone. You hear your engine puttering? You preload. You got to preload and keep it loaded. There we go. See? Keep it loaded. See, it almost shut off. Easy on that rear brake at the end. Preload. Keep it loaded. Your engine is still puttering because your preload's too low. Give me a little more. Keep it there. Keep it there. There we go, it's better. All right, one more, nice and easy. Start off nice and slow. Preload, preload. It's still puttering, good. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. All right, good job. There we go. All right, guys, we're gonna go talk about this. This is bread and butter. Bread and butter, it's that simple. All right, guys, so there's certain things I'm gonna say to you that it's almost like, I'm saying it, I mean it, but it doesn't mean it's gonna make a difference to you if I'm dealing with feelings or emotion. So I can tell you, don't be scared about something, but that's a ridiculous statement. If you're scared, you're scared. It's not a light switch, you can't just turn it off. But I will tell you that there's no pressure out here, right? Not from me. Meaning you don't have to do anything you don't feel comfortable doing. Now, of course, I am going to ask you to step outside of your comfort zone a little bit because most people are uncomfortable with everything. So if they didn't do anything, what's the point? But like yesterday, while we were doing stuff, some of the guys, or at least one of the guys, it was Dave. Dave went into the figure eight and he was doing that again, you know? So that's an option for you guys too. If in the middle of something, you want to go back and try something, that's perfectly fine. If you hit a cone, they'll just put it back exactly where it was, right? All right. So this exercise, so telling. So like when I said, Chris, I said slow down on the takeoff. Because if I see you take off and your handlebars are straight as an arrow, that's because I know you're going too fast. I don't want you to go fast. I want you to start out nice and easy. And as soon as I tell you to start out nice and easy, then I see the handlebars going like this. And that's what I want to see. I want you to work that out. We're here to be the boss of the motorcycle, so we don't want any help. Well, we want very little help from the motorcycle, right? It's on us.
Now the real wheel, we're trying to keep it straight.
But it depends on what's happening. If you're in slow traffic, you know, that's what this is all about. It's not about going straight because everybody can go straight. It's about knowing what to do when this is happening. And what to do with most people is put our feet out while the bike's moving, right? The landing gear, I like to call it. No, we're not going to do that. Also, let's keep in mind that when the distance is this short, one of two ways of doing this. If you start out in the friction zone, open up your clutch, the bike starts to move, and you pull the clutch in automatically, and you could just coast a little bit, and then apply the rear brake nice and smooth, that's fine. But if you want to make sure that the motorcycle is not doing all of this too much, stay in the friction zone the whole time, dragging the rear brake. Drag it, just like you will in your car. If you want to bring your car, not to a stop, but if you want the car to move, automatic transmission is the only difference. For us, the automatic transmission is our preload. If in your car you lift up your foot, your car starts to move. And if you don't want it to move fast, you don't lift your foot up all the way. So on your motorcycle, it's the same thing. If you're coming to a stop and you need to drag the rear brake. So some of you guys, when it was time to finish that brake, I saw your foot go and your bike went. Again, we don't need to do anything herky-jerky, no abrupt movements on the bike at slow speeds. And if you're already dragging that brake and you know you're about to stop, you just apply a little bit more until you come to a stop. But there's never a reason to do this like it was a surprise. Stop! No, gradually into that stop. It's a lot of finesse that goes into riding a motorcycle that a lot of people just get on it and ride, you know. That's why we have to learn these fine skills and we can finish out. Everything's gonna be a lot smoother, and I'm guaranteeing you guys, you're gonna love riding this bike way more. Lastly, let's keep in mind that we're on 2 wheels still. So sometimes you are going to lose your balance, and that's fine. But I don't want you to, what I want you to realize is every time you feel a loss of balance doesn't mean put a foot out, right? It doesn't mean that. You're probably the only one with some pressure here because he knows that, you know, he's already got some stuff under his belt. I'll just say that. But this is the place to figure all that out. You guys got any questions about that? So I want you to keep in mind, if I told you to slow down on the takeoff, I'm preparing you for what's coming up, right? All of these exercises build on one another. And when you get, that's why we don't start at exercise number 4. But when we get to 4, I'm gonna remind you, remember how you started right here? I need you to start that way here, because if you start fast right there, and now you have to make a turn, good luck, because, all right, we'll talk about that when we get to it. Moving on, exercise number 1, stops and starts. What you guys are gonna do is you're gonna ride toward me, go up to 2nd gear, right? This is not emergency braking. I don't need you going 50 miles an hour. But the purpose of this exercise is I want you to let me ask you this first. Emergency braking, who here practices that? Not oh crap braking, emergency braking. You do? You do. Okay. So if you're riding down the highway and you look to the left and then you look straight and the traffic's not moving, time to emergency brake. We don't grab, squeeze, 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 squeeze. It should be on both brakes, emergency braking, right? What else are you doing, Chris? Downshifting. That's huge, because if you are fortunate enough to stop in time, if you're in 6th gear and you check your mirror and the car behind you is, they're not looking, they're still coming, and you want to move, you're screwed, right? Also, for the people that go, I don't need to practice this stuff. I'm not, I don't need to practice slow speed maneuvers. It doesn't come in. It always comes in. Because let's suppose you are in the correct gear, and now you look in your mirror and there's a car coming down on you. If you're not comfortable with this skill level, you're going to be trying to do this, and you're still screwed. So that's why we got to, all of this practice lets you know, hey, I got to downshift at the same time, brake, it goes together. Now, you might not have enough time to get down to 1st gear, but at least don't be in 6th gear, right? That's the whole point. All right, so this is getting you accustomed to initially stopping with the front brake or both brakes, downshifting at the same time or at some point, and when you get ready to finish that stop, when you get to me, get off the front brake, rear brake only, all right? Rear brake only to finish out the stop. So what do I mean by that? I don't mean you could be on your front brake literally until you are right about to stop, and then right there, switch off, right? It's not like you got to move your foot. Your foot's already there anyway because you're using both brakes. Just get off the front brake. Remember, your front brake is a lot of stopping power, a lot. It's so much stopping power that at slow speeds, it's hard to control it. The rear brake on your motorcycle is for control. Front brake is primarily for stopping, all right? And think about it this way. When we do slow speed maneuvers, what did we say keeps the bike up? Power to the rear wheel. That means we have to keep it loaded and be in the friction zone. So imagine you're trying to keep you're in a U-turn and you're gonna just keep doing circles. Imagine you're keeping your throttle loaded, you're keeping your friction zone where it is, and now you need to slow down a little bit. You know what I mean? Just because something's possible doesn't mean it's probable or the best way to do it. So much easier to just have your foot touching that rear brake. You don't have to do anything with your hands. So by the way the motorcycle is designed, it's showing you that's not how you ride a motorcycle. Use the rear brake at slow speeds. So that's all this is doing. And I'll still get people to come up to me, come to a stop, front brake, front brake, front brake. What's up, Rob? The front brake the whole time. It's 10 push-ups. All right? Any questions? All right, Warren. All right, guys, exercise number 1, stops and starts. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, park right here facing this way. And see, guys, this is again talking about coordination. And that stop, the way he put his foot down, this is all coordinated. Nice and smooth. Looking good. Preload's good. right, we got Mike here. I like the readjustment of that foot. I'm like, whoa, these lights look good, man. Very nice, nice takeoff. I'm paying attention to all of that, guys. Because if you're not in the habit of taking off smoothly and listening to your preload going straight, and do the same thing in a turn, someplace in public. Beautiful. Nice. And guys, I promise you, I didn't make the Indian rider go last. It just worked out that way. He got here last, so maybe that's it. I don't know. Nice. Okay, the chug-a-lug. We're going to talk about that chug-a-lug. All right, how do you pronounce your name? Ari? Ari, okay. So Ari, I need you to, for today, I need you to pay attention to that preload, right? You were doing it over there, and then you did it here too. And that's why we do both, because you're gonna stop like this way more than you're gonna stop like that, right? Your bike's on. But when you take off, I want you to listen to that chug-a-lug. Remember, I want you to act like the sound coming from your motorcycle is on an EKG machine. So when you preload, it's almost like a flat line. And that's what I want. This is the one time a flat line's good. If it's going like this, your throttle's too low. So right there when you took off, cluck, 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 cluck. Over there, it almost shut off. And if you're doing it here, you're gonna do it out there. That's why we gotta get in the habit of listening to that sound, loving the way it sounds, and trying to make sure we're keeping it steady, right? And then you won't run into any issues. Other than that, you guys are looking really, really good. I like the correction Mike made. He had the foot out like a half an hour before the stop. And then he was like, oh, he put it back on the board, and then you guys look very coordinated in that. And that's when the coordination really comes in. People, they start putting the foot down too early. But like I said, either like this or like you're taking a step. Beautifully done. Any questions? All right, great. Next exercise, you guys are gonna go to the island this time. You don't have to go back that far. And when I tell you to, you're gonna ride toward me, and then you're gonna stop again. And then we're gonna do a slow ride. So the slow ride, the purpose of that exercise, it's almost like what we did over there, but now we're not gonna stop. You're just gonna keep rolling, right? The purpose is, I don't want you going so fast, again, that your handlebars are straight. I want you to be going slow so that you have to work it out. You can work it out in one of three ways. A, open up your clutch into the friction zone once the bike starts to move, pull it in, let it coast a little bit, and when you feel like you need to put a foot down, open it up again, close it again, so you can do that brakeless. Or, preload, slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. When the bike starts to move, be on the brake already and just drag it. Just drag it. Now, we're not all the way open in the friction zone on the rear brake. The rear brake and your clutch are working in harmony, right? Don't make them fight, right? Meaning, don't have too much throttle and not enough clutch, or not enough clutch and too much, you don't want to have the bike bogging down, you know what I'm saying? That's how you run into clutch problems. We all have wet clutches. Your motorcycles are designed to be ridden in the friction zone. But everything and everyone has their limits, okay? All right. Or the third option is a little bit of both. Again, knowing what to do depending on what's going on. We're not going to do it for a long period of, for a long distance, I should say. So there's not going to be any issues. You guys have any questions about that? Do it. All right, guys, exercise number 2, the slow ride. All right, ready? Let's do it. Good job. Park right there. Nice. Ready? All right. Head on. Straight ahead. Slow down. Slow down. You got your foot. All right, good, 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 good. All right, good job. Man, this road glide looks good. All right, ready? Let's do it. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Don't stop, just slow down. All right, stop. All right, I want you to do it again. It's my fault. I forgot to tell you guys that you're going to be riding at my walking pace and don't pass me. But at one point, your whole bike was shaking. That means your RPMs are a little low. Okay. Let's do it again. Yeah, I forgot to tell these guys they're going to be riding at my walking pace. No, no, come on, come on. Yeah, the first leg of it is a regular ride.
Oh, okay.
All right, now you're riding at my walking pace. Don't pass me. Okay? All right, let's do it. Excellent, Chris. Excellent. Yeah, the first half of that was a regular ride. Stop. Now we're going to do a slow ride. At my walking pace. Don't ride faster than I'm walking. Okay? Ready? Reload! Reload! Throttle is still too low when you're taking off. Slow down, slow down. Slow down. There we go. Good job, Harry. Just got to work on that preload. All right, ready? Yep. Let's do it. Slow down, slow down. There we go. Just like that. Stay in the friction zone. You're good, you're good. All right. Nice, ready? My walking pace, don't pass me. Okay, all right. You're good, you're good. That's 10 push-ups. Slow down, good, good. Slow down, slow down. All right, good job. All right, so what I really like about that is right there, you guys are already starting to feel, you know, and some of you guys went to put a foot down, grab the front brake. Guys, also today, don't stop with your handlebars turned. All right, we're gonna talk about that too, about if you're already in a turn and you need to stop, how do you work that out, right? Because there's a lot of people that have been in those instances. As a matter of fact, 2 practice sessions ago, the guy told me a story and said, based on the circumstances, I had to lay it down. Like, what else was there was nothing else I could do. That's what he said. So that's why I always say to you guys that we practice so that we can add options, tools to our tool chest. And what you're gonna do out there in the real world is limited to your skill level. So in his case, because his skill level was low, his options are low. And that's why in his mind, what am I supposed to do? That's true with anything. If you don't have the knowledge, you're not gonna know how to do it. So, all right. Now when you were coming down here, your foot's off of the rear brake. So I'm saying slow down. So that's why we always cover it, because sometimes we can just pull a clutch in and it'll take care of stuff. But sometimes you actually need to decrease your speed. You're not gonna do that without a brake. Then if you go to it, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hit it too abruptly. I do notice also that a few of you guys, Mike, Tom, yeah, Warren, Chris, you have like the big toe on the brake. That's beautiful, because it's gonna ensure you don't give too much rear brake. So good job at that too, man. I didn't even have to tell you guys that. I'm looking at it and I see it. Now this Indian it doesn't even have a pedal. It's got like what we have to change our gears on the Harley Davidsons. So, and it's high up too. Well, so is Harley Davidson. So, but he has less real estate for his foot. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right. All right. You guys have any questions in regards to that? All right. Let me get my bike because we're getting ready to do exercise number 3. You guys familiar with trust and believe? Do you all trust and believe that as long as you have sufficient power to the rear wheel, everything's going to be okay?
Yes. I believe it. I gotta trust it.
There we go. It's a genuine answer. You know, this guy Steve said he trusts and believes intellectually, and that's the way most people answer this question. They understand the concept of it, but once we get out here, no, they definitely don't. But that's what, and this exercise is really meant just to reprogram your brain to not do this when you feel falling. The first one, yes, because we're moving, and you can practice that anywhere. Going up to a red light, no reason to rush to it. Slow ride, just practice it, right? Pulling, you guys have seen me multiple times pull into my garage. That's me practicing exercise number 2. I'm not telling you to do that. Yeah, Tom, what's up? Time's up.
If brain freeze. If we feel like we're falling and you don't want us moving an inch.
What are you talking about? In exercise number 3?
Yeah.
In this exercise?
Yeah.
What's the question?
If we feel like we're falling, but you don't want us pulling forward, just keep holding that brake down and giving it power.
You're talking about in exercise number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. His question is, I think I understand it.
Yeah.
If we feel falling and I don't want you to move forward, I don't want you to move forward before you pick up your foot. That's this exercise. All right, I'm going to get to that though. I'm going to get to the whole exercise. Trust me, there's not going to be any gotchas here. You're going to know exactly what's going on. What he's referring to is there's 5 steps in this exercise as well. We already know step 1 is always make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake. It's a rectangle. Make sure it's in first gear. I'm sorry. Yeah, cover the rear brake, preload and keep it loaded. And keep it loaded, Ari. Clutch. Now the difference with the clutch is we're not slowly releasing the clutch into the friction zone. We're going to put the clutch right before the friction zone, right before it bites. So when you're sitting there with your foot covering the rear brake, open up your clutch a little bit, let off the brake a little bit so you can feel when it's engaging. And once you feel that, squeeze it in just before it. And that's because step number 5 is pick up your foot. And that's when I'm telling you I don't want the motorcycle moving at all, because I need you to trust and believe. What people will do is they'll start opening up the clutch. The motorcycle will start moving and then they pick up their foot. No, that's what we were doing earlier, slowly releasing the clutch into the friction zone. Now we're not going to be in the friction zone at all. And we're just going to pick up our foot. And when you start to feel falling, that's when you're going to open up your hand, right? Don't pop it. I'm not telling you never to do that. If you count to 5 Mississippi, yeah, you might have to pop it because now you got the bike over this far. But I want you to keep in mind, it's always correctable. So I don't want you to feel falling and then say, oh shit, I'm too far, put my foot down. No, just open up your clutch faster, maybe even give it more than what you're preloaded, right? It's gonna stand up, I'm guaranteeing you. That's not my opinion. It's gonna stand up, right? And the sooner you can make that connection in your brain, all of this stuff becomes easier. Simply because this is the concept that most people don't know. They're into their feelings. They're letting their feelings control how they ride the motorcycle. And that feeling is just based on ignorance. They don't know. But once you know, and then you practice it, you put those 2 things together, now when we start leaning the motorcycle, it's less scary because if you already know, if I feel falling, that's the answer. Now, I tell you to put your clutch right before the sweet spot. Not everybody does that. Sometimes people will pull it too far in. So if you pick up your foot, you hear your preload, the motorcycle's falling. If you're opening your hand and you're still falling, you're still not in the friction zone, or you're not in the friction zone enough. And that's why I say sufficient power. So that means you got to open your hand more. So if I'm falling, oh, there it is. Now the difference is, if you let it fall a lot, when you open up the clutch, the motorcycle is just going to go that way a little bit. Once you do that, I want you to come to a smooth stop, just like we did over there, right? We're staying in control regardless. This is not an emergency maneuver. It's not, right? Okay, the purpose of this exercise is not to see how long you can balance your bike once you pick up your foot. Because I notice people will be doing this. As soon as you pick up your foot, if you feel falling, you're in the exercise. Don't put your foot back down, just open up the clutch, okay? Also, I do recognize that sometimes people are trying to wrap their head around it. They'll be sitting there preloaded for like 12 seconds. I get it, right? Once you're ready, pick up that foot. I'm gonna be right there talking to you. The worst that can happen is a tip over. And still, people are petrified. And that's because falling is a feeling of not being in control. And nobody likes to be out of control about anything, especially on the motorcycle. So just keep all of that stuff in mind, guys. Any questions? I'm gonna demonstrate it for you.
After we do that, and then we start to move, then you want us to come to a stop?
Yes.
Okay.
And I want you to come to a smooth stop. Like I'm not putting a,
Like how
I was about to say, I'm not putting a parameter on how far you go. Because most of you guys, I don't want you to wait forever. As soon as you feel that feeling. I also don't want you to pick up your foot and just open the clutch. It's important that you feel falling. Remember we talked about feelings and you can't just turn them off? So you have to feel falling for this to be relevant. If you just pick up your foot and open the clutch, this is not gonna work. But this is something you have to practice. I'm gonna demonstrate it. Of course, my bike's all the way over here. Now I'm doing this right in front of you. I don't have any pressure. I'm not worried about hitting you because I'm in control, right? First gear, cover the rear brake, preload. Clutch. There it is for me. Foot. That's it. It's subtle. The reason why you don't hear a lot of is because I'm already preloaded, right? So this is an exercise where you definitely have to have that, you have to keep it loaded because this ain't the time to stall out, right? Again, not a big deal. I'll do it one more time, but I'll do it facing, which way should I? I'll do it facing this way so you can see my leg come off the ground, I guess. First gear, cover the rear brake, reload, clutch. All right, right there, foot. That time I waited a little bit longer. Now, on another topic, you see me making this turn and I come around and I come to a stop. I talked about that earlier. If you're in a turn, how do you come out of that turn straight up? The same way we were doing it over there. Friction zone, rear brake, straightened out, bing, stop, just like you did over there. That's why I say I love the friction zone because it's involving everything we're doing out here. Your motorcycle today, you should feel it pulling you through what we're doing, not just swooping through. No momentum. As long as this is pulling you through, you're good. Any questions? All right, guys, exercise number 3, trust and believe. All right, you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right, come to a stop. Beautiful. See where those 2 tall cones are?
Yes.
Exercise number 4, just stop up here somewhere in front of it. See, right there was one of those instances where you were turning and you felt uh-oh, and then time to stop. That's why your stop was like this.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Friction zone, that's all. All right, pull up to these 2 cones. Looks like a duck walk to me.
I do that a lot too.
Well, that's gonna change. All right, you know what you're doing here? Make sure you're in first gear.
Yeah.
All right, covering the rear brake. Preload your throttle, keep it loaded. Bring that clutch right before the sweet spot. And when you're ready, pick up that foot. Don't let this bike move. So use the rear brake to make sure it doesn't move. Let it out, let it out, let it out. That was it right there. Oh, whoa. That was it. You picked your foot up, and once you felt falling, just open up the clutch, and then come to a stop. Don't move. Good, good, let it out, let it out. See, right there, you should be opening your hand and you're closing it. You're taking all the power away. Head and eye straight ahead. Listen to the sound, keep it loaded. Good. Go, open it up, open it, open it. Come to a stop. So that happened to you too, as you're coming around this turn. As soon as you felt, uh-oh, time to stop. So you put a foot down and you have to walk it a little. Just stay in the friction zone and you're good to go. All right, first gear, yes, cover the rear brake. Preload. And keep it loaded. Good, I like that. Bring that clutch right before the sweet spot. Oh wow, yours is early. And when you're ready, damn, the wind blew you over. And when you're ready, pick up that foot. When you feel falling, open up the clutch, come to a stop. Good, come to a stop. Nice. That was good.
Okay.
The stop wasn't great, but I don't care about that.
Stop.
The trust and believe was good.
My foot
I saw you.
foot was in the wrong spot.
And that's another thing. When you pick up your foot, you don't have to pick it up like this.
Yeah.
Just pick it up. You want to do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it again.
Right here?
No, no, no. Go around. Keep it loaded. So yeah, the same thing. You're coming around that turn, and you say, "Oh, I don't like the way that feels." So you stop. Just stay in the friction zone until you're straight, and then you stop the same way you stopped over there. All right. First gear, check. Yeah, because I see it. Number one, cover the rear brake. Yes. Preload your throttle and keep it there. Keep your head and your eyes straight ahead. You don't have to look down, just listen to it. All right? Bring your clutch right before the friction zone. When you're ready, pick up that foot. Keep it loaded. Let it out. See, right there, you should just be opening your hand. Your throttle's too low. Give me some more preload. Good. Keep it there. Pick up your foot. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Come to a stop. Stop. Try it again. Because you were moving before you picked up your foot. Trust and believe, Ari. Trust and believe. There we go. Load up. Oh, that was it. Try it again. Preload. Preload. Good. Hold it there. Hold it there. Pick up that foot. Let the clutch out. Let it out. Let it out. Come to a stop. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Go back around. That was good. Yeah, I know. He said I wasn't covering the brake. When you don't follow the first 5 steps, it shows. Good. Keep it loaded. Stay in the friction zone. All right, we're going to work on it. All right. First gear. Yep. Covering the rear brake.
Yes, sir.
Preload. Hold it there. Keep it loaded. Bring this clutch right before the friction zone. All right, good. Yours is early. Give me some more preload. More. All right, good. Don't move. Pick up your foot. When you feel falling, open up that hand. Nice and easy. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Pick up. All right, open your hand. Come to a stop. Come to a stop. All right, let's back it up. Make sure you listen to that throttle. Don't worry about anything else. Okay. Listen to that throttle and keep it steady. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Keep it loaded. Good. Keep it loaded. Pick up that foot. Open up the clutch. Open it. Oh, you had it. You had it. Try it again. Head and eyes, straight ahead. Good. Open it. Foot. Clutch. Clutch. There we go. Come to a stop. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Don't worry about the stop. Go back around. All right. right, let's try this again. Preload. Covering that rear brake, check. Good, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the friction zone. When you're ready, pick up that foot. It's nice and easy, don't worry about it. Let it out, good, good, come to a stop. What happened? You put the other foot down?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Let's back
I
up.
was on my way and I put my damn foot down.
It's all good. Listen, we just got here. We just got here. All right.
This is a tough one, but I've done this at home.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Okay. Trust and believe. Yep, don't move. Good. There we go. Smooth stop. Excellent. Meet Warren over there. So, you hear how your motorcycle sounds right now? That's how it sounded in the turn, which means you're not loaded. You're at idle. Might be okay, might not, especially on the Harley. You want to keep it steady. Right now, you got this. We don't want to hear that when we're doing slow speeds. We want to be steady. All right? All right. Head and eye straight ahead. Make sure you're covering that rear brake. Preload right before the friction zone. Don't move. Good. Pick up that foot. Good. Open it up. Open it up. Stop. Try it again. You can do it from right there. Nope, you're moving. You're moving. Don't let it move. Open it up. Oh, that was it. One more time. Good. Foot up. Open the clutch. Open the clutch. All right. We're going to get to trust and believe soon. All right, 1 point. When you stop practicing, you can head over there. Reload! Keep it loaded. All right, nice stop. All right, preload. You're covering the rear brake, yes. Right before the friction zone. When you're ready, pick up that foot. Open it up, open it up. Oh man, that was it. Open it, open it. Make sure you keep it loaded. Your throttle's going down. Preload.
And my foot is on the brake.
Yeah, definitely. Let it out, let it out, let it out. All right, so now what's happening is you're picking up your foot, but you got your foot too much on the rear brake. So you're actually not letting the bike move. Give me some more preload. Good, good, good. Come to a stop. Good, do it again. Preload. Open it up, open it up. See, your throttle's too low. Preload. Good, keep it there. There you go, open it. Oh! Open it, open it. Preload. Preload. Give me some more. Give me some more. Give me some more. Let it out, good. Come to a stop. All right, good job. He's got to work on that preload. Good. Stay in the friction zone, rear brake, friction zone, rear brake, friction zone. All right. You ready? Head and eye straight ahead. Preload. Keep it right there. Clutch right before the friction zone. Don't let the bike move. Use the rear brake to control that. When you're ready, pick up your foot. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. I hear it going down. Keep it loaded, it's going down. Don't move. Trust and believe. Pick up that foot. Pick it up. There you go. Once you pick it up and you feel falling, open up that clutch. You look like you got the clutch all the way in with your friction zone. Yeah, you want to be right before it. Foot up. Foot up. Come to a stop. Try it again. Foot up. Don't move. Good. Good, good. You good. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Come to a stop. Here we go, Mike. Working it out, working it out. All right, you can head over there. All right, guys, this is why we practice this. It's important. I know it doesn't feel comfortable, but it's important. And the more you practice it, the more it'll be comfortable. That's true for all of this. All right, exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. All right, so I see there's a lot of discomfort in that, but there's a few things going on there. Firstly, the way I position you to approach that exercise. I'm preparing you for this and seeing how you make that turn. And some of you guys, as you're making that turn, you're doing exactly what I tell you people do. When they're making that turn and they know they want to stop, they're really not ready to stop, but when they start feeling uncomfortable, time to stop. So that's when you see an abrupt stop, you're stopping with the handlebars, even slightly turned, this bike could fall over, right? You're increasing the odds that it can fall. And all you need to do to deal with that is just stay in the friction zone, because remember, that's what's keeping the bike up, period. This is why with power to the rear wheel, the bike doesn't need you at speed, that's why. So I just saw something on Instagram, I think on YouTube too, where somebody fell off of a sport bike and the bike just kept going down the shoulder, going down, skidding the wall and just going. So it doesn't need you. So keep that in mind, that if you ever feel like, oh, I don't like the way this feels, just go into the friction zone. You're gonna feel, it's gonna make you feel so much better, because now you're not gonna feel falling. If you feel falling, go into the friction zone a little bit more, rear brake. Now some of you guys, is it Ari or Ari?
Ari.
Ari was, again, he wanted to cause a conflict between the rear brake and the throttle. So he picked up his foot, it was great. And I was like, oh man, he's just sitting there. But I see the back of his bike going like this, because he's holding it with the rear brake, right? So we know his rear brake works.
I changed them to fast just right before you came. A couple days before.
Oh, beautiful. But I don't know, I want to see if your bike is not, I know, I already know the answer, but if your bike is not allowing you to keep it loaded, because it's like you don't want to do it. And I was like, no. I'm like, give me some more, and he gives me this much more. I want to hear that bike, because trust me, it's gonna, if it's happening here, if you're stalling out here, the same thing, nothing's gonna change when you get out there, right? And that's where you don't want stuff to happen, whether it be embarrassment or injury, right? Okay, so, but that's something that if you struggle with that, practice that, because if you get comfortable doing that, it doesn't often come up with average riders on a motorcycle. But did you guys see the video I did titled, "Why Am I U-Turn So Damn Wide?" Okay, and in that video, I showed you an extreme example of me starting a U-turn with my handlebars locked and not moving forward at all. Just doing exercise number 3, letting the bike fall and catching it with the clutch. I'm not asking you to do that, but the more comfortable you are with that, it makes other things. For instance, when we do this, when you start to move, sometimes we do this and we're off balance. So even though we want to go left, we feel ourselves going right. This is one of those moments where you can rear brake, squeeze the clutch in, give you a little shift of the body so that the motorcycle feels like it's going to go to the left. And then in that instance, your feet are still up, go back into the friction zone. That's all that is, right? Where anybody else would go, time to put a foot down. You don't have to put your foot down, right? Again, this is not proving anything to anyone. It does look cool, but the only reason it looks cool is because only 2% of people know how to do it proficiently, right? We're not trying to be experts out here, motorcycle cops or competition riders, but even if you do aspire to be in the competition, this is where this starts. There's no magic pill. All they're doing is getting proficient in this and practicing it and practicing it and practicing it, pushing the envelopes. But it doesn't matter how much they push, it's never gonna be something tighter than what the motorcycle can do. So if you're comfortable doing this, you can pretty much do anything, all right? All right, moving along. This is exercise number 4, right turns, left turns from a stop. And this has the highest failure rate out of everything out here for the main reasons we just finished talking about. People going straight and slow, they don't like the way it feels. No leaning in here. You notice we haven't leaned yet, right? I don't want to see any leaning in here. So when you come through here, this is why I got higher cones, because the lower cones, people with saddlebags would go right over them. So I needed to put higher cones. I want your motorcycle to be straight up when you make this turn. Straight, don't lean it at all. If I see you lean your bike, it's just telling me you have speed behind you, because you can't lean with speed. Rephrase. you can't lean if the bike's going slow. So if you try to lean, it's gonna fall. So 8 steps here. Make sure it's in first gear, cover the rear brake, preload the throttle and keep it loaded, clutch right before the friction zone. Step number 5 is head and eyes. Whichever way you're gonna go, head and eyes. What comes first, head and eyes or handlebars, Mike?
Head and eyes.
That's right. So if head and eyes comes first, that means handlebars come second, right? So if I'm approaching this turn, I turn my head and my eyes, I see a truck coming. Is it gonna be a handlebars? No, it's gonna be a rear brake, right? But this is why we have to be in the habit. I can make a tight U-turn without turning my head and my eyes. So it's not necessary, for me it's not. Physically it's not necessary, but it definitely helps make turning easier. I'm more concerned about the safety aspect of it. If you're in the habit of not doing that, when you're out there, you're gonna do the same thing and stuff happens fast out there. So I'm not saying, because I've had people do this, that head and eyes from here. I still want you to see where you're going. But before you commit to a turn, before you commit to a lean, head and eyes and continue to look. Head and eyes, handlebars, right? So for most of the exercises out here, my speed's between 6 and 10 miles per hour. This exercise between 1 and 3. That's how slow I want you going. It takes more skill to ride this bike slow and make a turn straight up than leaning, because leaning is going to give you a little bit of assistance from the motorcycle. This is all you, right? Now, we're also going to talk about knowing where your motorcycle is. So if I start turning here, clearly the back of my bike's going to hit this. Also, what a lot of people were doing yesterday is they were this deep into the turn before they decided to start turning. So 3 things determine the radius of our turn. What's one of them, Mike?
Angle of entry?
No. Go again, because it's not far off. 3 things, specific things determine the radius of a turn on a motorcycle.
Speed.
Speed. And it's the #1 contributing factor to wide turns. Too much speed.
Where you're starting the turn?
No.
No.
That doesn't determine the radius.
Lean.
Your lean angle, what else?
I was going to say leaning.
Yeah. And how much you turn the handlebars, right?
Yeah.
These are the 3 things that are going to determine the radius of your turn, which is why a Harley Davidson turns better than an Indian, because the handlebars turn more, right? So we can eliminate lean angle, because I don't want you leaning in here anyway. So when your wheels get about right here, you should be starting your turn, right? If you decide to come out here and start your turn, I'm talking about from a stop. Now you're going to have to start with the handlebars turned already. And if you go even further, now you got to do what I was talking to you about earlier. You got to start turning the handlebars, let it fall, and then catch it. That's the lean, right? We're not doing that shit. So,
You didn't have to tell us that.
exactly. I don't want to add any pressure that might not, you know.
Well, if I fail, I'm gonna put the engine's fault, right? It doesn't turn.
No. It's rider error. Rider error. So, first time you guys go through here, I just want you to go straight through. Make a left turn. Don't lean. Straight through. It's always easier to do this going straight through, but you're going to still see some people, watch the videos, go like this. Or almost make it, but then go like this. And that's because when they're in the turn, as soon as they felt, oh crap, they opened up the clutch. What does the bike want to do with power? It wants to go straight. It's also going to straighten out your handlebar. So that's why you end up going this way. Friction zone, friction zone, friction zone. So if you're going to make this turn and you see, I'm going straight too much, that's when that skill comes in. What all you have to do is take power away from the rear wheel momentarily, turn the handlebars more, going in and out of the friction zone. Any questions? All right, I'm going to demonstrate it. I'm going to exaggerate it, of course. I don't expect you to go, yeah. I'm just trying to show you and make it a point, but you don't have to go as slow as I'm going, but I don't want you going so fast that you're leaning, all right? Head and eyes. Head and eyes, guys. That rhymes. I didn't do that on purpose. First gear, cover the rear brake. Head and eyes. Rear brake, rear brake. From a stop, head and eyes. Rear brake, rear brake. And then lastly, we're gonna stop. Straighten out. So it's a couple of things happening here. One of them is when I first start to move my motorcycle, sometimes if you start off too slow, you start feeling your balance go off right away. So if I feel that, what's the answer? Open up my hand. Because I'm on the rear brake already, I don't care if I open it up a little. If I open it up a little much, remember the rear brake is going to give you control and it's going to correct stuff. So if I need that boost just to get the bike where I want it to be, I'm going to open it up more, but because I'm already on the rear brake, I can counter it so that I don't do this. Also, I'm going to do it again, guys. I want you guys to stand on this side. And I want you to watch my foot on the rear brake. When I say drag your rear brake, I mean drag it. If you're pop locking on your motorcycle, meaning the bike's going like this, and your foot's going like this, remember I said small variations of movement. So if you look at my foot, you may not see it move at all, because once I start moving, wherever I am, I stay there. And I want you guys to remember that all day today. Once you start moving, right, depending on what exercise you're doing, when you get to an appropriate speed, wherever you are in the friction zone, wrong hand, wherever you are in the friction zone, just stay there. Wherever your throttle is, just keep it there. Your preload, keep it there. Now, all you have to worry about is the rear brake. And when I say drag it, I mean drag it. Now, sometimes you have to make corrections. And instead of messing with the clutch, because that's when you start getting all this stuff, just use the rear brake. Just use the rear brake. If you need a little less pressure, less pressure. That's going to control your speed. Just the rear brake. Watch my foot. All right, so I like where I am, so I'm just going to stay there. I'm just dragging it. So what I'm trying to do is eliminate stuff that you have to worry about. So get your throttle where you need to be. I'm talking about as you're moving. Coming from a stop, you know, obviously that's another element. But if anything we're doing moving, U-turns, single serpentine, figure eight, once you find out a good, and it has to be an appropriate speed, you don't want to be going too fast or too slow, but once it's appropriate, just keep your hands where they are, use the rear brake. The rear brake's going to control your speed. You come in here, you're going too fast, a little bit. That's all you're going to need, because if you give too much, that's when you're going to want to put a foot down, because now you're going too slow. But even if that happens, just open up the clutch. It's always going to pick it up. Any questions? All right, straight through, Warren, making lefts. Beautiful. Head and eyes, Tom. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Nice, very nice. Good, good, good. Not bad, not bad. Okay, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, you're looking at the cones. Throttle's too low. There we go. So Mike is looking down at the cones that whole turn. Good, good. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, your throttle's too low. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Oh, he doesn't want to open up that throttle. Straight through. We'll do it twice. Nice, Warren. Excellent. Good, head and eyes. Too much speed, too much speed. Good, slow down, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. You can go a little bit faster if you want, head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Right there, open the clutch. Open it up a little bit, keep it loaded though. See, don't pop it open, nice and easy. Open it up, keep it loaded, good, good, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded, good. Head and eyes, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. It's too low. It's too low. Oh, come on. No apologies. Hold on. Did you watch my video about this?
Oh yeah, turning the handlebar?
Yeah, left, no. Left on this one. Left hand.
Left hand on this one?
Right on this one. You're pushing, pulling, and stepping at the same time, stepping forward. You gotta do it at the same time. No. I'm not doing this. Look. See my feet? Push, pull, and you're stepping forward. Not this, don't do that. Push, pull, step. Gotta do it at the same time. Push, pull up, step forward. Why did that bike drop?
Not enough load.
That's right, that's exactly right. It actually stalled in the middle of that turn. And I'm going, keep it low. You're like, screw you, Rob. Listen to that throttle. You got to listen to it. It's so low. It's like cluck, 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 cluck. And sure enough, stall. All right, left turn. Head and eyes, Warren. Excellent. You can stop wherever you want to stop. Head and eyes. Good. Nice and easy on that rear brake. Good job. You worked it out. It's a wrinkled t-shirt. Yeah, you can stop wherever you want, wherever you're comfortable. Left turn, keep it loaded. Turn those head and eyes. And that time you went, you turned very late. And that's why you were so wide.
Okay.
Good, head and eyes. Too much speed. Foot up, good. Straight through, Mike, straight through, don't stop. Good, keep it going, good. Okay, I guess you are stopping. No, then let's back up there, we ain't doing it from here. Keep going. All right. Now once you start going, I don't care if you take off a little bit abruptly because you're not right on the line,
Okay.
but just use the rear brake to get you back where you need to be. And stay in the friction zone. Good, pick up that foot. Open your hand up some more, good. Head and eyes, rear brake. Oh, I forgot to say turn the handlebars. All right, let's keep this loaded. Left turn. Head and eyes, look at my camera, say cheese. Preload. So right there, you're picking up your foot, you're ready to go, but you're not in the friction zone enough. You're not giving it enough power to move, to stay up. Preload. Preload's going down. Keep it loaded, too low. Thank you. There we go, work it out, baby. Come to a stop over here.
Stop.
Yep. Head and eyes, Warren. Look at my camera. Good job. Right turn's next. All right, now you're going to be making a stop over here. Head and eyes. Straighten out. All right, good job. Right turn's next. All right. You're not turning the handlebars. You don't like the way it feels when the handlebars are turned.
Yeah.
But I want you to keep in mind that your motorcycle is actually more stable with the handlebars turned. So just trust that as long as that has power, see, this is the trust and believe thing again. If you trust that that's going to be fine, as long as you have power, use that rear brake at the same time. Just drag it. Let's do it together. Preload. And make sure you turn your head and your eyes when you look at my camera.
Okay.
Open up the clutch. Good. Rear brake, drag it, head and eyes, turn the handlebars. Rear brake, rear brake, rear brake. All right, a little too much speed, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it. Straight through, Mike. Good. Stay at that speed. Stay at that speed. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Turn the handlebars. Turn the handlebars. Get that foot up. Good. Open up the clutch. Open it up. Open it up nice and slow. Keep it loaded first. Keep it loaded. Give me some more. Rear brake. Rear brake. Good. 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 There we go. All right. So Mike just has to be comfortable riding the friction zone. He's got to trust it. All right, coming to a stop over here. That last one was good. You're finally giving me some preload.
Left and stop.
Yep. Keep it loaded. All right, let's try it again. So what you're doing exercise number 3 here, and you shouldn't. You're picking up your foot, and the bike's not even moving yet. That's why you're so off balance. Remember, you slowly release the clutch, and as soon as it starts to move, pick up your foot.
I don't have to do it. You know, like you said.
Yeah, yeah.
On the stop, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, you slowly release the clutch, the first 5 steps. Good, good. Now right there, you felt, uh-oh, I'm gonna fall. All you have to do is open your hand. You didn't have to put your foot down. Good, 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 good. Straighten out. That's what I'm talking about, man. Good job. Straight through, straight through. Nice. Now we get to see if some people's rights are better than their lefts. Keep it loaded, trust and believe. So it looks like his lefts are better than his rights. Good, friction zone, head and eyes. Don't lean, you're leaning. Too much speed, Chris. Good, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, turn the handlebars, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. There we go, rear brake, good, good. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You didn't put it down, you tried to. His rights are better than his lefts. He's definitely more comfortable turning right. And he's starting out going very slow, very good. Good, head and eyes, good, good. Excellent, Ari, excellent. Straight through. Straight through. Nice. Excellent, Tom. Excellent. Good. Stay at that speed. Right there. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Watch that foot. Just open the clutch next time. Don't worry about that. That's 10 push-ups. Good, good. Good. Stay at that speed. Give it a little more clutch. A little more clutch. Rear brake. Head and eyes. So when you're coming in here, your eyes are like this.
Okay.
Get your eyes. Always hard. It's more difficult to balance the bike. That last, your rights are better than your lefts. There's no question about it. You're more comfortable making the right. That was beautiful. It's like a different person. All right, let's do it again. Straight through. Excellent. All right, right turn. No. I was about to say, no, get your ass up here. Nice, Warren. Looking real good, Tom. Looking really good. Good, good. Oh, excellent. Beautiful. The bike looked like it was going to fall for a quick moment, and in that moment, he opened up the clutch a little bit. Bam, corrected. All right, easy on that rear brake.
Easy on the rear brake.
Just now, stopping. Trust and believe. We start making this turn. If it ever feels like, oh crap, just go into the friction zone a little bit more. You're on the rear brake at the same time, so don't worry about it. And I don't care if it takes you out wide, or don't hit the pole.
Good idea.
Yeah, but just don't put your foot down. Good, good. Head and eyes, turn the handlebars. Stop. All right. Good, good. Stay at that speed, stay at that speed. Head and eyes, start turning, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. BPM was up, but I don't care. And I see he's at a point where ordinarily he would have put his foot down. And he didn't. Looking really good, man. Looking really good. That's just a balance thing. That's all that happens. Come to a stop. Straighten out. Beautiful. All right, you can take a break. Take a break. All right, come to a stop and then you can take a break. Head nice. Awesome. Straighten out. Dude, just awesome, man. Awesome. All right. Preload again. I don't care if even if you take off a little bit abrupt. That's why you're on that rear brake to correct it. And I say that because sometimes you take off, you feel like, oh. So if you open up your clutch a little bit, it'll straighten you out. Okay. All right. Good. Preload. Good. Start turning. Head and eyes. Rear brake. Rear brake. See, that's what I mean. Easy on the rear brake. Because right there, as soon as you went like that, yeah, nice and easy, but dragging it. Take a break. Straight through. Good. Good speed. Good speed. Start turning. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Rear brake. That's what I'm talking about. Come back in here. You want to go again? Okay. and then stop over here, and then you can take a break. Good, open the clutch, good, good. Turn them, turn them, turn them. Beautiful. And that could have been even tighter, but he wasn't turning those handlebars, but he's good. All right, let's try that again. As soon as you feel, uh-oh, it's like exercise number 3. Open up the clutch. Head and eyes, look at my camera. Good, start turning. Slow down, rear brake, nice and easy. Come to a stop. Nice, take a break. Good, that time when Mike started, foot came up right away. The other times he kind of tapped it a little bit. Keep going, keep going. I guess I got to tell you which way you're going.
I know, I was going to go left, and I...
Good, I'm glad you're going to go left, because I was going to have you do that anyway. Let me get on this side of you. All right, let's do it. Open up that clutch some more. Good, rear brake, head and eyes, head and eyes, head and eyes. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. Take a break, Mike. See, this is just a matter of trusting and believing, getting over the I want to put my foot down thing, and you see it's already coming together. I love it. All right, we're going to move on to exercise number 5. Now we're going to lean, single serpentine.
Now my seat and pull me up a little bit more. Closer,
Yes.
so it's a little bit easier.
And you know what? He brings up a good point. The closer you are to your tank, or your bars to you, the easier all of this stuff is. Yeah, it's just so much easier. And a lot of factors come into play when you're doing slow speed maneuvers. So if you're having issues, sometimes it's your handlebars, sometimes it's your handles, your seat position, you know, and without even talking about any skill stuff, it's your actual motorcycle, right? So before I start talking about the single serpentine, I got to talk about what was going on in exercise number 4. First, some of us need something. We can hear it over and over, but something has to happen before we get it. And how many times was I saying to Ari, am I pronouncing it right? Ari. How many times am I saying to Ari, I'm pleading with him, please give me some more preload. And he's like, screw you, blup, 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 blup. And like I said, if you don't pay attention to that going straight, you're gonna do the same thing turning. And that's what he did, and he stalled out, and that's the only reason the bike fell, because he's already in a turn. So he's got to get accustomed to listening to that throttle up, elevated, not high, not low, elevated, and keeping it there. Once he got that down, now he's turning like this. Just beautiful, man, beautiful.
Like butter.
Like butter. Butter. We're from New York, like butter. Mike and Chris, clearly they're not comfortable riding in the friction zone at that speed. They're not. But I hope you guys saw the progression in yourselves, because I definitely saw it. And if you didn't see it, you're going to be able to see it. Metamorphosis. I don't know what, well, Mike's rights are better than his lefts. So once he made that right turn, and one of the right turns, I saw his foot go like this. And then he picked it back up. I love to see that. Fighting an instinct with your battle and winning it. Because that's, as far as I'm concerned, that right there, that's the stepping stone. That it's going to eventually, it's not even going to happen anymore. I'm not saying it's never going to happen, but usually it doesn't happen that quickly. So just excellent job, man. And then once he made the right turn successfully twice, he's coming back in and saying, I'm going left now. And did that successfully. There's that C word, confidence. Once his confidence went up, whatever you did going one way, why wouldn't it work going the other way? That's why I said, why would he practice on another bike? That's what he rides. It's fully protected. So practice on what you, because I can tell you right now, if he practices on a Dyna, he's going to be timid when he gets back on his bike, because it's a heavier motorcycle. And in his mind, the rules don't change, but he's going to feel different. And that's you know. So Tom made a turn, and right? And I said it in the video, that's the wrinkled t-shirt. It didn't look good, but he never put a foot down, and he stayed within the exercise. And as impressive as it is to watch you guys do that nice, I enjoy watching you do it, and it's not so nice, because you're working it out. You have to work it out. So that's why I call it the wrinkled t-shirt theory. That's the wrinkled t-shirt. A t-shirt's designed to cover the upper part of your body. So it's doing its job even though it doesn't look good. You did that successfully, it just didn't look good. But the more you practice, that's gonna be the iron that irons that out. And then it's just gonna be smooth as butter, right? Smooth as butter. I forgot to tell you guys in there that when we stop, like Chris, I noticed that every time you stopped, if this is the middle, you came over here. Warren was up here, some people stopped here. I don't care where you stop, but this is not a competition. But the more you get comfortable with this, you're gonna realize I don't need to be back here and I don't need to be over here. I'm not pulling a trailer. I'm on a motorcycle with plenty of room. And if you do that turn straight up, like you saw Ari doing, you got all the room in the world as long as you turn early enough. Anybody have any questions about that exercise? Yeah, definitely practice that because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, now you understand why exercise number 3 is so important because as you're making that turn, every time you feel, uh-oh, you wanna put a foot down. No, just open up your hand. And one time, you, Tom, when you were going through, I saw the motorcycle turned and for a brief moment, I saw it go like that. And I said to myself, here comes the foot. And then all of a sudden I saw it go like that because all you did was that. See, if you feel it right away and address it, it's very little movement that needs. But if you wait longer, you know, still can fix it, but it's more stuff going on. All right. That brings me to exercise number 5, single serpentine. Now I want lean. And watch, some of you are not gonna give it to me, right? I want lean now. So what's important about this exercise, a few things. One, this exercise is gonna familiarize you with evasive maneuvers, right? If my friend had these evasive maneuvers in his tool belt, probably wouldn't have rear-ended me. Because if emergency braking's not gonna work, but you get down to a speed where you can swerve, if you don't practice this, not even an option, which is squeeze and hope for the best. That's what he did. Right into me, right? Now, of course, if you're going fast, that's not this exercise because at speed, we turn like this. We push the handlebars, push and pull. That's not what we're doing here. We're actually turning the handlebars and leaning. We're doing 2 different things, right? This means you can't be going too slow. I don't want to see you straight up anymore. I want to see you leaning. You can't lean if you're going too slow. Also, you can't be going too fast. Speed is just going to make stuff happen quicker. You got to react quicker. And speed also straightens our handlebars, so it's going to be more difficult to turn. So you have to split the difference with your speed. You guys are going to be coming this way. Head and eyes, looking at me if I'm near, or my camera. Don't look at each cone. Yesterday, Ray was doing that. He named each cone. He may as well. It's John, Sue, Bill, you know, because he's looking at each one. And how do I know whether you got glasses like Warren or not? I can tell if you're looking at the cones. And if you noticed, I don't know if you noticed it, Warren in that last exercise, man, he's like a pro. But you still heard me say, head and eyes, Warren, because again, he doesn't need to turn his head and eyes to make that turn. But I need it to be a habit, safety-wise, that he's continuing to look when he's making that turn. All right? So I'm going to demonstrate this for you guys. We're in the friction zone here too. So as I'm going down, I'm not going to use my brakes at all, but I'm always going to be covering it. Because if I need it, chip, tap, correction, bam, I can come off of it, but still covering it, just in case I need it. All right? That's why we always cover it. This exercise in particular, I don't need to drag it. I don't. But if you feel more comfortable dragging it, by all means, go ahead and drag it. See where my motorcycle is? Okay, it's right here. See how close it is to this cone? Okay. I want you guys to make these turns wide. Don't hug my cones. This is not the ski slalom. You're not doing this. And this is what everybody wants to do. I want you to go out wide because if you go out wide, it's going to force you to lean to make the next turn. So as soon as I pass this cone, I'm already turning. I want to be closer to this. You want to start close, right? I don't want to be all the way up here because it's going to get tighter as you go up. 15 feet apart, so plenty of space, right? Stay wide, lean, nothing excessive, but I don't want you to be straight up either. Wide. Nice, straight ahead. Heading up, straight ahead. And now you guys are just you're gonna be coming this way. We'll do it a couple of times, depending on how many times we have to do it. Any questions? All right, let's do it. All right, we got Warren here. Very nice. Heading straight ahead. One of those cones are askew. Got Chris here. Good. Give me a little bit more speed. Good, good, good. Keep it loaded. All right. Nice, Tom. Now right here, I don't like how close Mike is to that cone, but he's good. Lean it, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Lean it, keep it loaded. Give me a little more speed. Little more speed. Lean it, turn it, lean it. Easy with that clutch. Cover that rear brake. There we go, there we go. Excellent, Warren. All right, so I forgot to say this. What this exercise is also doing is getting you accustomed to transitioning. Transitioning like you're the boss of your motorcycle. Once we get to the offset double serpentine and the figure eight, well, transitioning comes into play. So when you're making these turns, if you're turning like this, you're losing space, right? So when you go past a cone, transition, 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 and fall into these leans, fall into them, fall into them. That's how you want to go through here with fluidity, right? If you're going like this, you're going too slow because you're kind of straight up and down. And that's why it's getting tight, because remember, 3 things determine the radius of the turn. If you're not giving me the lean, but you're moving forward, you're losing space, all right? All right, and if you started on one side, next time you come through, start on the other side. It really doesn't matter, but it's a mental thing. All right. So a lot of this starts with the way you start. Don't start close to this cone. That's good, right there. Good, lean. Good, lean. You're going too slow. Going too slow. See, he's going too slow. Your speed should be constant the whole time. That's what you want, your speed to be the same, or roughly the same, the whole time. Go ahead. Good, lean it, good. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. Just like that. He's letting the bike move under him, counterbalancing. He's straight up and down. Good, lean it. Good. There we go. Just like that. Just like that. Nice. Good. Lean it in. Good. Lean it in. Lean it in. Good. Lean it in. There we go. We got some more lean. Come on, you got this. Keep it loaded. All right, a little straight up, going too slow right there. Last time, last time. Nice and wide, very nice. See, now he's going too fast. His foot's not covering the rear brake at all. Nice, very nice. Got to cover that rear brake. He doesn't like to follow the first 5 steps. Very nice, Chris, very nice. Nice, appropriately using the rear brake when he needs it. Keep that speed up, Mike, keep the speed up. See, speed up doesn't mean go fast. So now that's it. Yep. Too much speed. So it's a fine balance. You gotta split the difference. Last time, when you're finished, head over there by that test track sign. All right? Yeah, the U-turn's over there, that's next. Last time. Good, he scooted up. All right, now he's covering the rear brake. Good, and now he's using it. Look at the difference. Much smoother. Very nice. So right there, I said, give me some more speed. Now you were going too fast. Okay. So you gotta kind of like split the difference. See, once he finds his speed, he's gonna stay at that speed for the most part. Rear brake. Use that rear brake if you need to. Yeah, Tom. Swing out wide, swing out wide. Mike, do it again. So again, this is one of those cases where if you start out, wrong right from the start, it's going to affect you. Good. Lean it, slow down. Good. Good. Lean it, good, come on, lean it. Keep it loaded. Get that foot up. All right. All right, guys, we're gonna move on to exercise number 6, the infamous U-turn. All right, good job. Chris, that was beautiful, man. Like this, everybody's got their strengths and their weaknesses. And although I say these exercises all build on one another, just because you struggle with 4 doesn't mean you're going to struggle with 5. You know what I mean? And I mean, you looked. It was done perfectly. The speed was constant, on and off of the rear brake when he needs it. Tom, the first time you went, definitely didn't look like the second and the third time. Nice and smooth, man. Leaning the bike nicely. I don't know why I keep forgetting how to pronounce this guy's name. Ari, the second to last time he went through, no foot on the rear brake, not following the first 5 steps. Remember, you should be covering that rear brake at all times. Now, the last time he went, he was covering it so much smoother. Wait till you go back and watch the difference. Remember, it corrects you, right? It smooths things out. Warren, just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And Mike, good job at the end. But again, I don't want you guys to, don't forget what we did before when you get to other stuff. So, because it always comes back up. So right at the end, Mike had an oh crap moment, foot down. So he owes me 10 push-ups, but foot down, I just don't want to see it, man. Every time you put your foot down, you're playing Russian roulette with your ankle or your foot, period. If it didn't happen this time, there wasn't a bullet in the chamber. That's the equivalent. All right, so please, let's go back into the friction zone, all right? All right, any questions on that? Outstanding. Welcome to exercise number 6, infamous U-turn. 27 feet wide, guys. Well, not this part, right here. So you guys are gonna be coming in from this way. If you wanna use the 27-foot box, we're doing lefts first. You're gonna come in here and go out here. If you're gonna make a Warren U-turn, you're gonna come in here and go out here. Now, if you wanna challenge yourself for the 18-foot U-turn, but you don't wanna be in the confines of these cones, you can still try it up there. And if you don't make it, you're right back here, right? Okay. Remember earlier I said whatever speed you're at, when you're approaching an exercise, if it's the appropriate speed, we want to keep that speed, right? Just like the single serpentine, whatever speed Chris was going, he kind of stayed at that speed, so now he doesn't have to worry too much. This is actually simpler. There you're doing transitions, doing more work. Here, as you're approaching, get to an appropriate speed. If it's too fast, I'm gonna tell you that's too fast. If it's too slow, I'm gonna tell you it's too slow, if I have to say anything. Head and eyes, look at the camera. Everybody's dexterity is different. So if you can't turn your head that far, this is not The Exorcist. Look at this pole. I don't care what you look at. Just don't be looking at the ground, don't be looking at the cones. Turn your head to the left as far as you can. And as you progress in the turn, eventually your eyes are gonna find that camera, right? Now, commit to the lean right away, guys. That's what I need you to do. So, a lot of the times people are reluctant to lean the motorcycle. I can always tell because I'm always looking at the daylight under your bike. So if you come in here and you start your turn and your bike is pretty much straight up, you got this much daylight. And then as you progress into the turn, your eyes look at this cone and you see how close you're getting to it and you see you're not gonna make it, then I see the light getting smaller. So you've given up a lot of space because you didn't actually start leaning until you were at the top. So when I say commit to the lean right away, head and eyes, handlebars. As soon as I turn my handlebars, I'm going into the lean. And then I'm gonna stay in that lean until I get out of the turn, right? Friction zone is pulling me through. No momentum U-turns, all right? Anybody have any questions about this? So the first time we do this, guys, you're gonna make a left U-turn. That's it. And when I tell you, you're gonna come to a stop over here. And then you're gonna make a U-turn from a stop. Now that doesn't mean you gotta do it, turn the handlebar. No, you can go straight first and make the U-turn. And lastly, you're gonna stop, make the U-turn, and stop. Again, I always want you to be under control. When you come out of the U-turn, you should be going straight. If you come out of a U-turn and you're facing this way, when you're facing this way, in that moment, you're not in control, because I know that's not what you want to do, all right? All right, I'm gonna demonstrate it for you, and then we're gonna have at it. Now guys, there's nothing excessive in here. I don't need you to lock your handlebars. I don't need you to lean a lot, especially in 27 feet. I'd like you to be, the goal is 24 feet. That's the goal. And if you do everything like I'm telling you to do, your speed's not too fast, you commit to the lean right away, turn your handlebars enough, you're gonna be fine. All right, this speed's good. Head and eyes, commit. Nice and smooth, nothing crazy. Stop. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Now on that last U-turn, what's different? What did I do different to make the last U-turn? Yeah, all I did was lean more and turn the handlebars more. But my throttle and my clutch, my rear brake, all of that is exactly the same. Nothing's different, right? Because I don't need a lot of speed to keep the bike up. I need sufficient power. So that's why I can I'm gonna show you guys something. So I'm gonna do some circles, right? And I'm gonna do it to the point where my boards are dragging the ground. I want you to listen to my throttle. My goal, especially at that extreme of a lean, is to keep the throttle steady, and wherever I am in the friction zone, stay there. Because clearly it's working. Why would I change it, right? And use the rear brake as I need. I'm gonna let you know now, I'm gonna be dragging the rear brake. You're gonna see my brake lights on the whole time, all right? And I'm showing you that to show you, if I can keep my throttle where it is and my clutch where it is with that extreme of a lean, all I'm asking you to do is slightly lean and slightly turn the handlebars, and you'll be fine. Commit to the lean right away. So by keeping my throttle up, I like, depending on how much I lean, I might raise my throttle even higher. Just because I like the way it sounds, it makes me feel more comfortable. But I'm still only allowing a certain amount of power to get to that rear wheel. It doesn't matter how high my RPMs are. What does matter is how low they are. All right, so that's why we want to make sure we keep it loaded, listen to that sound. All right, any questions? Let's do it. Nice. Now if he committed to that lean earlier, leaned a little bit more, of course it'd be tighter. That's all this is. See right here, Tom is way off the line, but it doesn't matter. Look at that. Very nicely done. You don't have to be right on the line. 24 feet is 24 feet. Head and eyes. His bike is very well protected. I mean, very well protected. All right, what happened there? Why did it drop?
Let go of the throttle, kept the speed, dropped the speed down.
No, not the throttle. It's never the throttle. It's that thing. You pulled that clutch in.
Okay.
So it's like when you first started this U-turn, you're like this. Your head is down. I know it. Listen, I know it feels uncomfortable to turn your head and your eyes. I get it.
Okay.
But I just need you to be comfortable being uncomfortable for like a few seconds.
Okay.
And then this U-turn will be over. Commit to that lean, just like you made that turn and you trusted that as long as you stayed in the friction zone, you were fine. It's the same thing here. When you get into that lean, as long as you're in the friction zone enough, you're fine. Head and eyes, keep those handlebars turned. And this is the biggest thing about this, guys, U-turns. I want people to be comfortable just making a U-turn. I want you to be comfortable doing it. I don't want you to have to think twice about it, because it's something that's necessary. Good. See right there, he was going a little bit slow and then he picked up the speed in the middle. Very good. Same thing. Nice, Warren. Now right there, Warren's not coming into the lean right away, and that's why you see that swoop at the end, because he's not leaned enough. He's going for the 18 feet, and when he sees, uh-oh, I'm not gonna make it, now he leans more, and that's why it's that abrupt pickup at the end of that turn. It's like a scoop. Nice, Tom. Nice and smooth. See how he stays at the same speed the whole time. Good, stay at that speed, stay at that speed. Head and eyes, stay at that speed, don't slow down. See, you're slowing down. Preload, 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 preload. All right. And that's what people have a tendency to do. As soon as they start to go make the turn, then they slow down. You don't want to slow down there. Same thing here, going too slow so you can't lean. All right, U-turn, looking good. That's trust and believe, baby. That's trust and believe. Everybody shaking their heads like, holy crap. He never put a foot down. All right, U-turn. Not like that.
I'm not doing that. Made my heart pop. Holy crap. 2 times he saved it.
That's trust and believe, baby. Nice, Chris. I'm definitely going to have to use that clip that Warren did as an example of trust and believe because it's a beautiful example. All right, looking good, Tom. Just make a U-turn. Reload. Good. Very nice. Straight through. Straight through. Stay at that speed. Don't slow down. Stay at that speed. Head and eyes. Lead it. You're slowing down. Open up the clutch. Open it up. All right, U-turn. You're not committing to the lean. You're going too slow. That's why you're not leaning, because if you're leaning, you're going to fall. So get a good amount of speed so that you can lean the motorcycle, all right? But other than that, you're looking good. Good head and eyes. And I'm telling Ari that because his turns, he's never going to have a problem out in the real world. But I'm definitely going to use that last one. I'm going to use that in the video. I have to, man. If that ain't trust and believe, I don't know what isn't. All right, come to a stop over here. Now, here's what I'm going to say to you. One thing is you're not leaning, you're not committing to the lean right away. And that's why at the end of your U-turn, you got that swoop, you know, because you have to dip it at the last minute. Just let it fall right away and catch it. Clearly, you can do it. I wouldn't tell us to anybody else. Beautiful. So anyway, like what I was talking about with Ari, I still want him to be able to lean that motorcycle so he can tighten that turn up. Nice stop, nice and easy. Okay, come to a stop. U-turn, come to a stop.
Come to a stop after the turn.
Yeah, and you don't have to start with your handlebars turn. You can go straight first if you want. Good, see? He was going a little fast. He used the rear brake to make the correction. That was beautiful. You started out going a little fast. When you started the U-turn, you were still going a little fast. You used the rear brake to correct it. It pulled you right back in. Smooth stop. Don't get no better than that, man. All right, right turns next. That was beautiful. Tom, you're looking good, man. Come to a smooth stop over there. So anyway, yeah, the stuff I'm telling Warren about, you know, dropping the bike right away or, you know, catching it. I'm telling him that because he's got a different skill level going on. He's got different goals. All right, come to a stop. Preload is much better. That preload is much better, man. Good job. Straight through, straight through. Stay at that speed, head and eyes, look at me. Come on, turn the handlebars. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm gonna bring Mike back in here. Do it again. A broken clock is right twice a day. Good, stay at that speed, Head and eyes, rear brake, keep it loaded. Turn. There we go. So sometimes the hardest thing is when you tell people to turn their head and their eyes. I know it doesn't feel comfortable. So instead of trying to give them some object to look at, I get in that circle with them. I get in the box with them and tell them to just look at me and keep looking at me. And they're gonna look at me and hear me. Keep it loaded, good. And that worked out. It doesn't work for everybody, but it definitely worked for Mike. And the more he practices that, it'll get tighter. Nice. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, I just want you to be comfortable making a U-turn. I want you to be comfortable. Good, good, good. Lead it, lead it. Nice. Now in the right turn, left turns from a stop, Mike's right turns are better than his left. Let's see the U-turns. Good. Stay at that speed. Stay at that speed. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, don't go into the pole. Nice. Now what Mike did there is he did one of those turns where you don't commit to the turn right away, so he's losing space. That's what happened there. Very smooth, Chris, very smooth. Nice, Tom. Okay, so on that last U-turn, when you got here, you started turning like this. You're losing space. As soon as you're gonna turn, so if you turn your head and your eyes, turn right away. Don't gradually turn, just turn. Nothing crazy, but you know. All right, let's do it. Good, 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 good. Dip to the left, right. Keep it loaded, head and eyes, head and eyes. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Do it again, a broken clock is right twice a day.
All right, so this is going to be an example, guys, of having enough preload, but not being in the friction zone enough. Just listen to his engine, you're going to hear it. So remember, guys, I always say that you need to have sufficient power going to the rear wheel. That's what's going to keep the bike up. And if you have that, the bike's not going to fall. And the more you lean the motorcycle, the more reliant that power is. And if you're going to just let it fall over, you have to make sure that you're in the friction zone enough. He had the power, he just didn't allow it to get through.
All right, U-turn. All right, good job. U-turn. More speed, more speed, more speed. Straight through, straight through. Head and eyes, look at me, come to me. Come on, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, good, good, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. You got it, man, trust and believe. Trust and believe. So it's coming, it's a work in progress, the whole trust and believe thing. Sometimes he puts his foot down, sometimes he starts to put his foot down. Sometimes he just taps the ground. And his foot really didn't do anything, but he opened up the clutch. Oh my God, I just realized that Ari has tab performance on his motorcycle. So he's got no excuse to say he can't hear his bike. All right, come to a stop over there. So yeah, and the reason that happened before also is same thing, even on this turn. You're not committing to the lean right away. And then at the last minute, you got to do an extreme lean to make this turn. But you're looking good. You can take a break. All right, easy on that stop. Easy on that stop. Come to a stop over here.
Turn and stop.
Turn and stop. Great, you can take a break. Very nice, Tom. Come to a stop. There we go. Straight through. Good. Stay at that speed. What happened? All right, good. Now we're doing it from a stop.
Now we do it from the stop.
No big deal. Good. Head and eyes. Look at me. Keep it loaded. 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 Rear brake. That's what I'm talking about. Do it again. All right, come to a stop over here. Good job. Let's go straight through. Straight through. Good. Head and eyes, look at me. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Good, 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 good. Just got to turn the handlebars more or lean more. Do it again. A little bit more speed, a little bit more, good. Head and eyes, lean it. Keep it loaded. Turn the handlebars, good. Come to me. Good, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. All right, man, all right, all right. Oh, good, it's coming through again. That's what I like to see. That's why I didn't say anything. Good, a little bit more speed, good. Head and eyes, handlebars, lean it, good. Turn, turn, turn. That's what I'm talking about. Come to a stop. Nice. And when you're turning, you're kind of turning like this. That's the only reason it's wider. But once you go like this, I mean, you got the perfect bars for it. You just need to be more comfortable leaning. And that's what it is. You're reluctant to lean, but clearly it's coming together. Good job, man. All right, guys, we're going to move on to exercise number 7, the figure 8. I love seeing progress, and that's what's going on right here. All right. Before I start talking about exercise number 7, regarding the U-turn and everything else, really. So please, and Mike, I don't want you to, after today, stop practicing. Because if your confidence is here and then you stop practicing, it's going to go right back down. This is a perishable skill. So a lot of people might look at Warren and go, well, what the hell is he doing out here? This is a practice session. So that's what I mean. We're at all different skill levels, but got to keep this refined. You want to practice, practice, practice. All right? So please keep that in mind. Continue practicing. Anybody have any questions on the U-turn? Especially, Mike, when I see it, it's coming together. Like, I really want to just stay out here and say, all right, Mike, let's keep doing it. So I want you to keep doing it. Yeah. And what's going to really help you too is when you watch yourself on the video. All right. Sometimes it looks like you're fighting. It's like you have rigor mortis of the arms. You don't want to turn them. But once you turn them, boom, you stay like that. You keep it loaded, stay in the friction zone, cover the rear brake, money. All right. This is figure 8, exercise number 7. Same width as that U-turn box, 27 feet wide, 46 feet long. So, if you're not comfortable doing this whole transition thing, right? What I want you guys to do, and I'm going to show you the way I want you to do it. When you come in here, we're coming in right here. Then we're going over to that corner. Use as much space as you need. Clearly, Warren's not going to need all of this. Actually, a few of you guys are not going to need all of it. But don't cheat yourself. So if you need to get all the way to the right to make sure you can make this, do that. That holds true for the top too. If you start to turn 6 feet away from the top, you're gonna have to make it up over here, right? So just use all the space that you need. I'm not gonna say you have, you need. If you're not comfortable doing them both, when you make the first turn and you come around, I want you to go out that way, but I want you to be on the left side of that green cone, all right? If you can make that U-turn, because that's all it is a U-turn, and come out on the left side, you're already halfway there, because now you have all of this to make the right turn. And some of you guys, your right turns are better than your lefts anyway, right? So when you come in here, just like the U-turn, whatever speed you're at, if it's appropriate, stay there. Wherever you are in the friction zone, stay there. We run into trouble when we start moving stuff. Wherever your throttle is, keeping it loaded, stay there. Use the rear brake to control your speed. Turn your head and your eyes, and turn the handlebars. Lean the motorcycle. I don't want you doing this straight up, guys. So when you come over to that corner, that's the last time you're going to the corner until the end of it, because you're going to do it twice. And then you're going to exit out those cones. So you're coming in. When you get right here, head and eyes, look at that green cone and go for it. Hold the turn. Hold it. Hold it. When you get to the 12 o'clock spot, look at that green cone and go to it. Hold this turn. Hold it. Hold it. Keep looking at it. Don't start coming out right here. Keep it turned. I want your motorcycle facing this way when you do your transition. Hold that turn. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Now don't transition too late, because then you're going over the cone. So this is about timing and coordination. Hold it, hold it. If you're gonna go out that way, go out. If you're gonna go to the second one, transition. Don't transition like this. Transition. Head and eyes, look at that cone. Hold it. Use all of the space that's required. Hold it, hold it. I'm at the 12 o'clock spot. So now instead of looking here, I'm gonna look there. I'm gonna hold this turn. Hold it, hold it. Don't do this. Just hold it. Trust and believe. If you feel like you're gonna fall, open up the clutch a little bit. Transition. Head and eyes. Look at that cone. Come around. Hold it. Head and eyes. Look at that cone. Come to it. And then go out. 2 times. Because a broken clock is right twice a day. That's why if Mike did it once, I said, do it again, Mike. All right? Any questions? All right, I'm going to demonstrate it. And at first, I'm going to use pretty much the whole thing. And then I'm going to tighten it up. What's the difference? You're going to hear my throttle's the same. Clutch is the same. Head and eyes are the same. Just lean more. Turn the handlebars more. That's it. It's another level of trust and believe. That's all. Head and eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Let's do it. So the only thing I'll say to Warren is head and eyes. Look right here. No head and eyes. Nothing. Nothing. And it's more important in a U-turn, because making a right or a left turn, at least your peripheral vision can pick something up. But when you're making a U-turn, you need to see what's happening behind you. So this is another thing that's beneficial about watching yourself do this. Look at his head and his eyes. See, he's too straight up, going too slow. All right, head and eyes. Hold it, hold it. Come to me. Keep it loaded. Good, good, good. Came out of that too early. Oh, he's still good. Hold it. Watch the foot. Watch that foot. Oh my God. So when you came around the first time, you came out of that transition too early. That's why that's so tight. You made your turn right here. You gave up all of that space, and you still.
I didn't go close enough to.
No, you didn't. But you still made this turn.
Yeah.
That was impressive. So it's important you know. That's why it's good to record it.
Scared the shit out of me.
I know it did. I know it did. But remember, open up the clutch. That's all you need to do, man. Good thing you had your foot out wide because it just missed this.
Okay.
So yeah, next time you come, I'm gonna say come to me, and I'm gonna tell you in the transition.
Okay.
Good, good, good. A little bit more speed. You're going too slow. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. And not only that, you're very far away from there, so you're giving up space that's going to catch you here. Good, good. Nice and smooth transition. Keep it loaded. See, the transition was slow right there. And that's because he slowed down too much. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Transition. Transition. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, head and eyes. And that's because he's not looking at me. He's looking over there, so that's where he went. Look at me, head and eyes. The reason you went that way is because that's the way you were looking. Head and eyes, Warren, head and eyes. Good, good. Head and eyes. Very nice. See, when I said head and eyes, he snapped his head and his eyes. Everything about head and eyes is beneficial. It looks good too. If you ever take a picture, you're going too slow, speed up. Good, head and eyes, head and eyes. Stop looking there, look here. Transition. Oh, you're coming out here, okay. All right, keep your speed up, keep your speed up. People start going too slow, and that's when the bike starts to fall. Hold it, transition. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Head and eyes, look at me, come to me, keep it loaded. Transition. Keep it loaded. Good?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Man, that ankle just missed it, man. Just missed it.
How do you do this with the handlebars instead of putting your ass against the seat?
You put your left hand on the right handlebar grip,
The left hand here.
right hand on this grip,
Okay.
and how you have your feet, that's how you keep them, or you can put one. And you need to push with this hand, pull up with this hand, and simultaneously step forward at the same time. So you do them all at the same time. If you try to do one without the other, it ain't gonna happen.
Okay, tell me what I'm doing wrong. I can't move it.
He's not hitting the gym enough. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see something. You wanna make sure your feet are like this. So when you push, pull, and step, everything is at the same time. Yeah, your bike's heavy. Your bike's heavy. So what you're doing also is what a lot of people do. You come in here, as you start the turn, then you start slowing down. If you start slowing down, the bike's gonna fall. You're going too slow.
I noticed I was slowing down.
Keep it. Remember, whatever speed you're coming, stay at that speed. If it's too slow, I'll tell you, speed up. If you stay at that speed, you can use a little bit of momentum to help you out in here.
Yeah.
But you're making it very difficult for yourself because you're going so slow, it's gonna fall.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
But if you feel it falling, just open up that hand. He's got motorcycle drop guards. No damage to his motorcycle. There was almost some damage to his ankle. Like I said, guys, I always seem to be right there, front and center, on the side of the motorcycle where somebody's foot is getting caught on something, or almost getting caught. So this is why I'm just so animate about. Keep the speed up, more speed, more speed, more speed. Head and eyes, head and eyes. Good. Keep it loaded. Come to me, come to me. Transition. Transition early, but he should be good. Head and eyes, look at me. Next. Every time he gets over there, he looks down. It's going too slow, that's why he can't lean. See right there, keep looking forward. Right there, over the shoulder. Good, good. Looking forward again, looking forward again. Good job. More speed, more speed. More speed, more speed. Keep it loaded. Come to me, head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Turn it too early. Turn it too early. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Look at me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Going too slow. You're going too slow. Head and eyes. You good?
What did I do wrong?
Coming out of here? I told you I was going to tell you when to turn. You started turning way too early.
Too early.
Too early.
On the second one.
On the second one.
You mean, where did I turn it? Back here.
You started turning over. In other words, you're going to that corner when you should be coming to me. You should be coming to me when you make your transition.
Okay.
Your motorcycle should
I
be
was
facing
going
this
down
way.
that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're making that turn way tighter.
Okay.
And when he goes back and watches this, he'll see. Good. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Head nice. Good. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it turned. Keep it loaded. Good. 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 Keep it turned. Keep it turned. Watch that foot. Open the clutch. Open the clutch.
I'm gonna get this.
I know you will. All right, so good job on that last one. What I'm noticing is when you're making your turns, you keep turning your head back like this. It's contributing to your turns being so wide. Plus you're going too slow. You need to give me a little bit more speed. When you turn your head and your eyes and you look at those cones, keep looking at them. There's nothing for you to hit. Don't worry about it. All right? All right. Good. Stay at that speed. Good. Come to me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Transition. There you go. Turn those handlebars. Good. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Look at me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Turn it. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. See? Every time he gets to the top of a turn, he slows down. Don't slow down. Keep your speed constant. Keep your speed constant if it's appropriate, which it was, but then he slowed down. More speed, more speed, more speed. Head and eyes, look at me. Keep the speed up. Come to me. Come on, come on, come on. Transition. Still turning early. Don't turn until I tell you to. I'm saying come to me and you're turning. Because in your brain, you're thinking, I got to turn now. No, you don't. You should be facing this way. Quick transition. Keep your speed up. Head and eyes, look at me. Come to me. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Keep the speed up. Keep it loaded. Come to me. Look at me. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Good. Keep the speed up. Good. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. And another 10 push-ups. Well, if you...
From here, it's very hard to turn it to go there.
Show who's the boss, man. You can do it. Make sure your tire pressure's up, too. What's your tire pressure? Oh, you don't have that. All right.
No, I don't know. It's in here somewhere.
Keep the speed up. Speed up. Faster, 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 faster. Good. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Lean it, lean it, lean it, lean it. Good. Head and eyes. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Transition. Keep transitioning slow. Good. Keep the speed up. Keep it lean. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Good. Don't look straight. Good. Stop looking straight. Come to me. Hold it. Keep the speed up. Oh, come on. Come on. Transition. Lean it. Lean it. Head and eyes. Look at the exit. Ah. Almost. Keep that speed up. Keep the speed up. Head and eyes. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Yeah.
I blocked that son of a bitch. That's the first time I ever did that in my life.
All right, we're going to the next exercise. Good. Keep that speed. Keep that speed. Hold it. Come to me. Look at me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Transitioning early, but he should still be good. Keep the speed up. Head and eyes. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Good. Keep the speed up. Head and eyes. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. All right. Look at the exit. This is it. Look at the exit. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. The exit. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, guys. We're going to move on to exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. All right, guys. So one of the things that a lot of you guys have in common in that last exercise is you come in, I might tell you to speed up, you'll speed up a little bit. As soon as you start that turn, that's when you slow down. That's the worst time to do it because you can't lean the bike if you're going that slow. All right, so remember I said, whatever speed you're at, your goal is to stay at that speed. If you can't stay at that speed because it's taking you too wide, it just means you're going too fast, right? So the speed has to be appropriate. And I already told Ari, his head and his eyes were good, but he kept doing this. And every time he did that, well, you can watch the video, he doesn't even realize it. It's making his handlebars straighten out too, right? So let's just keep in mind, I know that the feeling of leaning the motorcycle at slow speeds kind of messes with some of us, but that's why all that stuff we did first is so important. Once you get over that hump, this is so much easier, right? Because right now you're fighting fear. I say it all the time that there's very few people that have actual physical problems doing this stuff. It's mental, right? It's mental. All right, any questions on that? And again, that's 46 feet long. I think if you do an MSF course, it's tighter than that, right? But the point here is transitions. So some of the times you guys, I would tell you, listen, I'm gonna tell you when to turn. And they're coming around, I'm going, hold it, come to me, come to me, come to me. Screw you, Rob, I'm ready. I'm ready to turn now. Because they don't, I mean, I trust and believe that I'm gonna tell you when to turn, but you're not gonna transition like this. Because then, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So you have to show who's the boss. Hold it, hold it, hold it, transition, boom. And then you're good to go. Now, the funny thing is, when Chris, he was one of the guys that said, screw you, Rob, and he turned really early, right? He wound up putting his foot down, but the point is, he turned so early that his U-turn had to be about 20 feet to make, and he made it. That's why it's so important to watch yourself record it. Because when you see that, it's like, whoa, there's no reason why all of us can't do it. I know you could do it. It's just a matter of trusting and believing, all right? All right, no questions? Exercise number 8, offset double serpentine. And usually when I set this up, I didn't realize this until the last practice session in Pooler. I had 9 gates. That's like way too many gates. I'm like, why do I have so many gates? So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is plenty. If these gates feel tight to you, just go around the green cones. Now when I say go around the green cones, don't go to the damn RVs. You know, just go around the green cones. So what we just did, very relevant in here. You heard me going, hold it, hold it, hold it. That's what we're doing here. See how my motorcycle's facing? Notice it's not facing straight, because I don't want you guys I don't want you going through this gate and going straight to that gate. So we're gonna be doing figure eights again, a version of figure eights. As soon as you go through these 2 gates, you're gonna be doing exercise number 5 again. Swerve, swerve. As soon as you come through here, I want you to dip the motorcycle to the right. And I want you to come all the way over here. See that blue motorcycle? I want you to look at that and go for it. And when you get about right here, head and eyes. Look at this gate and go for it. Now everybody's not gonna lean as much to get all the way over here, I get it. But the point is, if you come through there and come straight here, unless you lean the crap out of the motorcycle, turns so wide that you're never gonna make it through this one. And even if you do, you're gonna make it through like this. And now you're gonna be well past this cone. The goal is to stay in the confines of the cones, unless you're gonna go around the green cones. And if you're gonna go around the green cones, that includes even from the start. Come around this way. None of the rules change if you go around the green cones. Head and eyes. So when you're coming around here, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now we're coming through like this. Look at the gate you came from. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now if it's Chris, he's gonna say, screw you, Rob. He's gonna start coming out right here. Don't come out right here. Hold it, go for this gate, transition. Again, this is a timing thing. If you transition too slow, you're gonna end up all the way over here. The point is, you don't wanna be coming through like this. You don't wanna come in like this. You wanna come in like this. What's up, Tom? You got the skill to do that? I want to see it. No. You're going down. You're progressively going down. So, and when you go around these cones, guys, I want you to favor the outside cone, because that's using your space properly. If you come through here and you're this close to this cone, you're making this tighter. Be closer to the outside. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Head and eyes, transition. Hold it, head and eyes. Look where you came from. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Head and eyes, transition. At no time in this exercise are you going straight. At no time. If you find yourself going straight, you're going way too slow. So when you turn your head and your eyes, you turn your handlebars, head and eyes, handlebars. Head and eyes, handlebars. Hold it, head and eyes, handlebars. And let the motorcycle turn the handlebars and fall into it. Boom, boom, boom. Any questions? All right, let me run through it. Now I'm gonna run through it the way I told you to do it, making these nice figure eights. And then when I come back, you guys are not gonna come back, you're just gonna go one way. I'm gonna go straight to the gates. Of course it's possible, but it's more work. We don't want to work harder, we want to work smarter. Dip, head and eyes. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Hold it, transition. Hold it, hold it, transition. Got it? All right, thanks. See which way I'm facing? I want you facing that way. Head and eyes, handlebars. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. I'm facing that way. Head and eyes. Hold it, hold it, hold it. No, don't go right for, I should be facing that way, all right? Let's do it. Good, hold it, see his head in his eyes? Good, hold it, head and eyes. He should be looking over here, but he's not. Now here's RPMs. Now his RPMs are higher than I would like them to be, right? But I'd rather it be high than low. Good. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Good. There we go. Very good. Sweet. Yeah, Tom, you're good. See, he didn't hold it enough. So now this is going to be tight. See? Because right from the start. All right, he can do the green cones. Good. See, there we go. Now he held that one. Nice. Very nice. Hold it, transition. Oh, what happened? No, you were good. All right, Mike. Preload, come on. Dip, left, hold it. Dip right. Keep it loaded, hold it. You're going right to it, That ain't gonna happen. If you start wrong, it's gonna end wrong. Oh yeah. Are you duck walking? Right in front of me. Oh my God, come to me. You're not listening. I'm saying come to me. Now look where you are. See? Everything's harder. So he's coming at the gates like this. So he's beyond that gate. See? Good thing of him, I don't have 9 anymore. There we go. I want you to swing out. Swing to the right. Come to me. You gotta turn those handlebars. You're not turning them. Good. Transition. Too long. Good. Hold it. Transition. Yeah, he's got to transition quicker. So, Mike, last time you went, when you came in here, you barely turned to the right. That's why everything is so tight. Come to me. Get your speed up. Come to me. Whoa. Okay. Hold that turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You're looking down. You got to be looking over to the side. Come to me. Come on. Come to me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. You're transitioning too slow. Transition. You're transitioning like that. Transition. There we go. Hold it. Fall into the next one. Transition. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Good. And you don't have to transition very quickly. It all depends on when you decide to start the transition. Watch Tom. Dip left, right. Good. Perfect. Hold it. The head and eyes is non-existent, but I'll take the rest. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Right here, he should be looking at the gate he came from. Yeah, we got to work on the head and eyes, but nicely done. Good. Dip it. Come to me. Transition. Head and eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Transition. Good. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. Good. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. There we go. All right, Mike, come to me. Clear those cones first. Go around them, dip. Exercise number 5. Good, dip. Transition, hold that turn. Head and eyes, look at me, come on, hold it, hold it. Not turning enough. Use the green cones next time, Mike. Come on, come on. Hold it, hold it, hold it, transition. There we go. Hold that turn. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, transition. Hold it, hold it, hold it, transition. Come straight in, come on. Come on. Dip. Transition. Good. Hold that turn. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Transition. There we go. Keep it loaded, baby. Keep it loaded. Trust and believe. Too much speed. Good. Good correction. He was flying around that first turn, that's why he's so wide, but he corrected it. And how did he correct it? He slowed down, and on this next turn, he swung out very wide. Maybe a little too wide. All right, come to me. Last time. Come to me, dip it. Transition, good. Hold that turn, lead it, hold it. Transition. Last time, you're looking good, Tom. Let's do it again. I mean, Chris. Good, good. Transition. Hold that turn. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. There we go. I see him shifting his body now. Hold it. Come on, come on, come on. Transition. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. See, he started to come out of that early. Last time. Dip, good. Good. Good head and eyes. Good. Good. All right, he's got the concept. Last time, and then we're going all the way down there. Mike. Last time, last time. We're gonna use the green cones.
Okay.
So you're gonna go around that cone. But everything is still the same. When you go around here, you're gonna come to me, and I'm gonna tell you when to transition, you're gonna hold it, hold it, hold it. Figure eights. Look at that, I love it. Meticulous like me. Ready? Go around it. Come to me. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Go around the green cone. Hold it, hold it. Come to me, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Transition. Good, head and eyes. Look at me. Come to me. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Transition. Good. Hold it, hold it, hold it. There we go. So you got to use these green cones because sometimes you just got to get warmed up doing that. And then when you feel more comfortable, because you can see he's not far from, he could have actually made a turn in through one of these gates, but I told him to do the outside cone, so that's what he did. All right, Abominable Snowman, guys, exercise number 9. Exercise number 9, guys, so we're winding down. This is the last numbered exercise, but we ain't done. First of all, any questions on the offset double serpentine? Once you guys, it's like anything else. Once you guys, Chris especially too, and actually Mike, once you actually hold it like I'm telling you to, instead of coming out of the turn too quickly, it becomes like a mountain of space for you at that point, right? Because you're giving yourself that space by holding that turn. Hold it, hold it. And as long as your transitions are timely, right? Because you can do a slow transition, you just have to start it earlier, right? Damn, everything is fine. And with Mike, I said, all right, use the green cones, because now he gets a little bit more space, but it's giving him more time to, that he was feeling the stress, I saw it, of when he first comes in to do that initial thing. But all that is exercise number 5. But if you remember, he kind of struggled at that too. So you see how all of this stuff carries? It all, you know, it's relatable. All right, but great job, guys. This is the Abominable Snowman.
Do these get bigger or smaller as we go down?
Smaller. So the Abominable Snowman, it's not abominable for everybody. The only person that's probably gonna be at the top is Warren. So keep in mind, a circle is tighter than a box, right? We have 4 circles here. The green cones just separate the circles, right? Right now we're standing in the 27-foot circle. The next one's 25 feet. Next one's 22 feet. Top one's 18 feet. So once again, we're gonna talk about wheel placement and using your space wisely. So if you come through this gate, by the way, your gate is, this is your entrance and your exit. So you're coming in through this way, you're going out through this way. When you guys come in here, if you're gonna make a left turn, now 27 feet is not a lot of space for everybody. So if this is tight for you and you need all of this space, use it all. When you come in here, you wanna put your wheel about right here. Not here, don't start turning here, because now you gave that away. Whatever you give away here, gotta make up for it over there. Not impossible, but you know. And once you put your wheel here, hug these 2 cones. Because if you start turning here, whatever you give up here is going to catch you over there. So hug these 2 cones. And then when you get right here, now you want to commit to the lean. Now you want to commit to the lean. As much lean as necessary. 27 feet, you don't need a lot of lean at all. If this is all you're going to do, go right back out. But if you go, nah, Rob, I spent $250, I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to keep going. Okay, so come around here. Come through this gate. Same thing. Put your wheel right here. Don't start here. And every part of you is going to want to start early. Don't start early. Now, if you're riding a road glide, you can't see the front of the damn motorcycle because of that fairing. I get it. Put your wheel right here in the vicinity. Hug these 2 cones. Top, commit. If this is all you're going to do, go back into 27 feet, go around, and go back out. But if you're still thinking about the 250 you spent, come around, come around, come into 22 feet. Same thing. Put your wheel right here, hug these two cones, commit to the lean. Don't rob yourself of space. And you can either go out or go into Warren's neighborhood.
Halfway back to Jordan.
Oh, you want me to come up there? Okay. If you're going to go into 18 feet, nothing changes, but now you don't have any room to give up. No margin for error. You come in here, put your wheel right here, or in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Hug these two cones. And when you get right here, commit to the lean. Commit to it. So I'm going to run this. You may as well stay up here because this is all you're really interested in. And you're going to notice that if I put my wheels properly where they're supposed to be, nothing's going to drag the ground. If you hear me dragging the ground, it's because my wheel placement's a little bit off. Also, keep in mind that if you're planning on going around this twice, just because you made it once doesn't mean you're going to make it twice. Well, let me tell these guys that too. They look like they care, right?
Like Nick says, anybody can ride a bike over 15 miles an hour. You know,
Okay.
it's a piece of cake.
So what I was explaining to these guys is, just because you make it around once doesn't mean you're going to make it around twice if you don't change anything. So we're always analyzing what's going on. We need to know where the bike is, where the wheels are. So it's more relevant in the tighter turns. But if I go around, I told them if my wheels are placed properly in that top circle, nothing will scrape on the bottom of my bike. I also have 13-inch shocks, so that helps. If you have stock shocks, it might be a different story. Left side first because of the kickstand spring. But if I make it around the first time and I don't make any changes, I might have to lean more to make it the second time. It all depends. I got to see where I am. A lot of people think just go up there, lock the handlebars, lean, and I'm good. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you might have to straighten up a little bit, widen, narrower. What's up, Tom?
Question, we're going around each one twice before we exit and come into the next
No,
one?
you go around this one,
One.
and then if you're going to stay in there, then you just go back out. If you're going to come in here, go around once. I mean, if you want to go around twice, you could. I don't have anything against that. Because when I get up to that 18-foot circle, I'm going to go around twice, maybe 3 or 4 times. Any questions?
You the man.
Oh, good question. Whatever way you start on, the next time you do it, get out of his way, you're going to get hit by his bike. I'm talking to you, Mike. I'm talking about you, Mike. Mike's looking back.
I'm like,
It's coming like this. If you come in right turn, the next time you do it, start on the left side. But know your strengths. If you plan on going to the 22-foot circle and you know your right turns are your strength, start going right. It'll be right, left, right. And eventually I want you to do left, right, left. All right, any questions? Let me run through it. Warren's going to stay up there because that's all he's concerned about is that top circle.
I'd ask another question, but it would make me feel bad every time I ask.
No such thing as a dumb question. Go ahead and ask. No, he sees the trees now. Keep your speed up. Hold these stones. Commit. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Wheel placement. Hug them. Commit. Keeping my speed up. Hug them. Commit. And an eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Wheel placement. Hug them. Commit. These guys still planning lunch?
What size is the
18 feet.
So this is 27,
25,
25,
22, 18.
22, and 18. Okay.
You don't need to be concerned about that neighborhood. You need a key card to get up there. I'm kidding.
I got the one for this.
You have to get through the
I
door.
have
The
one
door
where I
down.
got to move in.
Yeah. All right, that's why I say this exercise, as far as I'm concerned, is something for everybody. If this is all you're going to do, that's fine. Right, that's fine. And Mike, in that last exercise, I hope you see that when I tell you to go around the green cones, all that really did was give you more time to concentrate on coming to me and holding that turn. So that now you had an eternity.
The distance between that 3 feet
Mm-hmm.
made me more confident,
Yep.
I think.
Yep,
I
absolutely.
made that last time.
Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth.
When I brought it in, I think it was, I don't know who it was, that said, you know, when you're making a U-turn on the street, I have no problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I make a U-turn and there's like 2 obstacles on either side,
Yeah.
then I lose my confidence, and then I'm over-judging where I need to go. So
Excellent point. So did you guys hear what Mike said? He said, when I make U-turns in the street, I have no problem. But if there's
I
a
mean, we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
if there's an obstacle on both sides of him, now he loses confidence. But see, that's because when we asked in the beginning, how often do you practice slow speed? He said, never. What this also does is it gives you, like when you first started to drive a car, the thing people struggle with the most is what can it fit through, right? Judgment, right? People struggle with judgment. And then after been driving for a while, I could look at a space and never hit the brakes, just fly right through it, right? It's the same thing on your motorcycle. If you always practice doing your U-turns and you know, you make 20-foot U-turns all the time. So much so that you can kind of visualize what 20 feet looks like. Then if there's obstacles out there, you're not even going to think about it because you're going to turn your head and your eyes, look where you want to go. You already know that if you lean the motorcycle enough, you're going to make that turn. So it doesn't matter, right? So that's what this does. This is all to build confidence, knowledge, so that you're going to be better prepared for whatever's going on out there. You're going to have very little distractions. Your confidence is going to be so high, you're going to be making U-turns just to make them because you want people to look at you. I'm telling you, man, I do it because it's a conversation starter.
That's what I do wheelie.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. If you're doing a wheelie and I'm doing U-turns, there'll be more people looking at me.
Well, that's because you're cuter than me.
Well,
It's
you
just,
said that Daytona too.
Yeah.
I mean, you see a lot of people that you're, you know, like I got a couple friends. I mean, hell, Jake rode yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, they'll do wheelies all the time and like that. But when you do see somebody doing something at a slow pace, to me, it's just so much more control.
Yeah,
than
yeah.
Just whipping that throttle out and then letting go and then wheeling
Yeah.
it out.
And of course, a wheelie takes skill too, right? A lot of skill, and it takes practice. But it's not legal. Not many people want to do that, right? But this is something that everybody that buys a motorcycle needs to know how to do. You don't need to know how to do a wheelie, right? So that's why this is so important. And because all people want to ride, they want to know how to do it. It's always going to catch people's attention, always. All right?
If I ever do a wheelie, it won't be on purpose.
Exactly. And it won't be on that limited either.
No.
All right, let's do it. All right, he's starting with a left turn, which means he's going to be making a right turn up here. He's early on that one, but he's fine. Too early, too early. Very early. Nice, you worked it out. Kickstand. Oh no, kickstand's on this side. Duh. Oh, I was right.
What?
No, kickstand. He got it. He got it.
On this side or this side?
No, he got the kickstand.
I'm not going to be able to lift.
Now don't grab the seat. There's nothing to grab. Handlebar. Put your left hand on, right hand on this bar, left on that one. And when you do that, you want to be close to the bike, not far from it, and doing everything simultaneously. So what happened there?
Not enough speed, too much lean.
Well, definitely not too much lean. Speed wasn't an issue either. You just pulled in the clutch because you got nervous. But what contributed to that is when you went to make this turn, you're this far away from the line. That's why this was so tight for you, because you were way away from that line. Remember, put your wheel right here and then hug these two cones. Then commit. You committed so early that, and you still had it, you just panicked. Trust and believe, baby. That's why we took the bags off. More speed, you're going too slow. Going too slow. You can't lean the bike if you're going that slow. Can you do this straight up? Yes, but that is not the exercise. Head and his eyes are good. You're not going to make this one. You're going too slow. You got to speed up. Got to speed up, because you can make it straight up in 27 feet, but as you progress into this exercise, that's not going to work, especially not on an Indian. It doesn't turn as much as a Harley. All the way over, good. Hug those two, commit. Very nice, good, good, good. All the way over, now he's got to run. Too early, too early. Way too early. Too early, too early. Don't just take out all the cones, too early.
I can't hear you.
Which way are you going? You going this way or that way? Okay. Come in, dip in here. Get your speed up, get your speed up, get your speed up. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded, keep it loaded. Keep it loaded, you're idling. Good, stay in the friction zone. Next time Mike comes in, we're gonna start going right. See right there? Warren's falling into these turns. Commit to the lean right away and it won't be a swoop. Then it's more difficult for him to get out of it. Lean limit, yeah. That's just a matter of work. First you were trying to get your balance coming in,
Right, exactly.
and then you said, "Nah, I'm just gonna have to lean the hell out of this thing."
All right.
All right, you good?
Yes.
You okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you still got stock bars. You'd be a beast if you had higher bars. 10 or 12, yeah, you're good. All the way over, all the way over, all the way over. All right, you're still early. Yeah, you're early, that's why. And you're going too slow, that's why you can't lean. All right, make sure you keep your speed up. Keep your speed up, just like the other stuff. And then the other time you turned way too early. That's what I was telling you. There's
On
no
the second,
on the second one,
circle.
way too early. So that's why I knew you weren't gonna unless you
On the first, when I pulled into the second circle, I started my turn
too early.
too early.
Yeah, and so that's why as soon as you would have had to lean the crap out of it to stay in that circle, because I mean really early. But again, on the road glide, you can't see the damn front wheel. So, but I'm gonna stand over there this time. You going in? Which way are you going in first?
I'm gonna go in this way.
Right. Okay. See his bike jumping because his foot is jabbing, just dragging. So when he comes in this circle, he's coming in straight at me. This is some exercise number 5 stuff going on too here, because you come in, you got to dip the motorcycle in. So as soon as he goes through these green cones, he should be dipping to the left so that he can get his motorcycle rear wheel as well, as much over here as possible to the left. Lean it, lean it, lean it. See, he's going too slow. That's why every time he goes to lean, he puts a foot down. Go that way. Yeah, go left because your right turns, you're more comfortable making right turns.
Okay.
So if you want to, you can swing out this way and then. Right, hold up. So every time you're about to move your motorcycle, your eyes are always looking here. What are you looking at?
I was looking at the RPM gauge.
Okay, don't look at that. Just listen to it. Yep. That's right. Look where you want to go. Preload. Let it out. Let it out. All the way over. All the way over. Good. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Turn. Keep it loaded. Good. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You're good. There you go. There you go. Nice, Mike. His rights are better than his lefts. We're out here trying to build confidence. We can work on the other stuff later. All the way over. All the way over. All the way over. Hug those 2 cones. Hug them. All right, commit. Commit. Speed. Speed. Hey, stop right there, Tom. Shut it off. The reason you 3 are having an issue is because you're going too slow. So when I say hug these 2 cones and now I say commit to the lean, each and every one of you go, oh, you're gonna fall. You're going too slow. You need more speed. Just a little, not a lot. Okay? Friction zone, friction zone, friction zone. All right, last time.
Tired.
Yeah, it wears you out. This ain't no wind road therapy. I tell people that all the time. Commit, lean. Good, go around and go back that way. Good, good, go, okay, keep going. No, too early, way too early, way too early.
You know what? I can't hear you.
I was telling you, don't forget about this 3rd circle. I wanted you to just go around and go back through that. Forget about that.
Okay, I thought that's what
Yeah.
you said, but I wasn't sure.
And you're good, you did this one, nice. Now when you're going around the 1st circle, I see your bike going like this as you're turning. And I see your foot going.
Great.
Remember, just drag it. Yeah, all you gotta do is drag it.
Okay.
And it'll smooth everything out.
Okay.
All right, back to the trailer.
Okay.
All right, who's next? Last time, who's next? Good. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Good. All right, commit. Lean it. Keep the speed up. Head and eyes. Keep the speed up. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. Commit. Lean it. Lean it. Keep it low. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Good. There you go, baby. Woo! Take a break. You earned it. Speed, speed. Give me some speed. Good. What? Good. Keep this. Oh, okay.
Left, right.
All the way over. Good. Get the speed up. Keep the speed up. Good. Good. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Just hold it there. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. All right. So Mike.
I'm coming back around.
All right. Last time. Last time. Fighting that battle. All right, it's really early on that turn. So as you were going around on that last turn, if you feel yourself going wide, which is what you were doing, rear brake. It's going to pull you in.
Okay.
All right? As long as you're going fast enough. Otherwise, just turn more. All right, let's do it again. Reload. Good. All the way over. Keep it loaded. You're going too slow. Good. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Keep it loaded. Keep it loaded. Keep the handlebar turned. Keep it loaded. Watch that foot. You guys see that tuck and roll? That's how you fall.
Yes, that was good.
That's how you fall.
That was good. And that ain't learned.
Somebody taught him because he did that shit like a pro.
Old Army days.
Yeah, all right. If you're gonna use your butt, you got to put your butt lower than the seat, not on the seat.
Kickstand? Yes.
Yeah, he's good. Not a scratch. That's why you got. If you protect your motorcycles, guys, not gonna have any issues. You know, unless you do something really crazy, like a lot of times what people do is they'll fall and then they hold onto the handlebars for dear life. So then they pull a motorcycle beyond the guards and wind up getting the fairing and mirrors scratched or broken. Too early. Way too early. And you know, with that bike is almost like a road king. He's got a glass. He doesn't have a fairing. He's got a windshield only. So you can pretty much see where the front of the bike is. And I like the fact that I told Mike, take a break. And he said, nope. More speed. You're going too slow. All the way over. Good. Head and eyes. Head and eyes. Good. Hold it. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the bonus exercise, the maze. Pretty sure Warren's the only one that's going to do it. And I want to give a shout out to Warren's wife because the hat that she's wearing reminded me, hey, stupid, you got one of these hats in the truck. Put it on. Protect yourself from the sun. All right. Guys, good job over there. Now, remember me going, hold it. You heard that in exercise number 7, 8, and 9. And all number 9 is that Snowman is get in there, turn, and just hold that turn. All right. Any questions on that? All right, guys. Bonus exercise. The maze. The maze is nothing but a series of 18-foot U-turns. So if you haven't made an 18-foot U-turn today, you just want to see me pick up cones. That's fine. If you enter on this side, it's 2 lefts and 1 right. If you enter on that side, 2 rights and 1 lefts. 4 cones or double cones, it signifies an entrance and or an exit. The green cones are where you're going to be going around. So go around that. Use your space wisely. So again, this is not extreme. The only thing that's going to make it extreme is if you don't place your wheels properly. So when you're coming in here, if you turn from here, you're going to have to lean more. But if you come over here, head and eyes, turn, you don't have to lean. I don't have to drag anything. And when you make this turn, hold it, hold it, hold it. You need to get your ass over here. Not just your front wheel, because people that come over late, their front wheel is here, but where's the back wheel? So you want to get over, head and eyes, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, get all the way over here, head and eyes, go straight out, and then do it going the other way, 2 lefts, 1 right. So I'm going to try it. Tom is yawning. I understand. I told him, this is not wind roll therapy, and especially if you got nothing covering your head, all of this stuff tires you out. The sun will beat you down. And old age. Well, he should know better by now. See? Not a lot of lean. So I'm not really doing anything extreme as far as the lean. As long as my wheels are where they're supposed to be. If I start a turn too early or something, I'm looking at what's going on. Now I'm gonna have to compensate. What'd you say? 10 push-ups? For what? I dropped the cone? Oh, trust me, there's no push-ups for cones otherwise. I don't. Knocking down the cone's not a punishment. It's part of training. All right. Who's going? Warren?
Just front brake, right? Front brake is...
Front brake is definitely. And put the foot down. Warren's going to start on the 2 right and 1 left side. Head nice. Commit to the lean right away. See, he's early. So now he's going to have to lean a lot here. Good catch. Good job, Warren. Good job. Anybody else? Beautiful. Moving on. Oh, you want to do it going the other way? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to move on to the bonus plus exercise. To lean or not to lean? That's the question. Good. You guys look like you mean business. Welcome to the bonus plus exercise. To lean or not to lean? That is the question. These cones are 10 feet apart. The goal is who can clear the most amount of cones without putting a foot down, without hitting a cone, and clearly without going all the way out and coming back. Can't do that either, right? Yeah, no, none of those. So the reason I call it to lean or not to lean is because if you're going through here, that's 1 cleared, 2 cleared, and you're right on top of this cone. You know you're not going to make it straight up. That's when you got to lean to make that one. And that once you pass it, you cleared it, right? Yesterday the record. Yesterday. Damn it, I forgot his name. Watch the damn video when it comes out. But he did. 2 guys did all 7. Oh, it was the Road King. Braden, yes. Braden did all 7. And that's it. I think somebody else did. I'm not sure. So I'm going to run through it, and then you guys are going to run through it. We'll do it best of 3. Best of 3. 2. That's it, you're out. That's 2 cones cleared. All right, we got Warren here. Yeah, baby. All right, nice flossing, baby. You got to turn these handlebars. Up, it's out. Got to keep that throttle loaded. The throttle's very low. That's 1, 2. Keep it loaded, keep it loaded. All right, 2 cones cleared. That's it. 2 cones cleared. Too much speed. 1 cone cleared. Here is throttle. Keeping the throttle up. Rear brake. Head and eye straight ahead. Nice. Get your throttle up, it's too low. Going too fast. That's it. 4 cones cleared, 4 cones cleared. He's coming in with his throttle low. He's chug-a-lugging. Too fast. Good, good. See, right there, I saw your foot go. Yeah, nice and easy. All right. All right, you're out. You hit the first cone. There you go. Trust and believe. All right. All right, Chris, last one to go. Good. That's it. You're out. Hit the cone. And I gotta let Ari go again. He hit the first cone last time. See him jabbing at the brake. Good, turn those wheels. Ah! That's 3 cones. Good job. All right, guys, FTL time. Follow the leader. All right, guys, FTL time. Follow the leader. Please listen to the rules carefully, because sometimes people get eliminated not because of skill, but because they weren't listening, they weren't paying attention. We're not doing any mulligans, so when you're out, you're out. Pull into the middle of the parking lot. We're gonna do a circle around you, honk our horn, saying bye-bye to you. Don't worry about it though, you're not gonna be there alone for long, all right? if you put a foot down,
Why do you look at me when you said that?
I was looking over here. I was looking over here. If you put a foot down, you're out. If you hit a cone, you're out. If I make a turn from a stop, which I'm gonna do, exercise number 4, I put my wheel right here, and you decide to put your wheel right here, you're out. If I put my wheel here and you decide to come over here, you're out. Where I am, and I'll correct you if I need to. I don't expect you guys to turn each other in, so I'm gonna have a 360 camera up, and you guys look a little shifty, so I'm gonna put it very high. When I'm editing this video, if I catch something that I didn't see today, I'm gonna blow your ass up in that video, okay? Just so you know. All right. Now, it's been a long day. If you guys are feeling tired, you want me to just get you out of here quick? Or you want me to pussyfoot around for a while?
Either way.
I'll judge you. We'll see.
Depends on how long we last.
Well, that's what I mean. I can make this real easy and start here, but I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Let me get, every time these guys roll up, they're getting deeper and deeper. Now it's 3 of them in one cart.
Hey, we came down, just came to do business.
All right.
These are your cone picker-ups.
Oh, man. This dealership just keeps getting better and better, man. I'm telling you. All right. Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. Like always. It's always a blast.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. You did great out here today. You remember what you rated yourself when you first got out here?
I said a 6.
Any change in that number?
6 point, maybe 2.
All right, I disagree with your number. It's way too low. Always a pleasure, brother. 6.2. Come on, we never got a 6.2 my ass. We got one now. 6.2 my ass. Mike. Man, I can't thank you enough, man. He's got some guys out here picking up the cones for me. It just doesn't stop. I said it off camera. The only thing that this guy didn't do for me is roll out a red carpet. And his response was, they ordered it, it's just not here yet. So just outstanding. Did you enjoy yourself?
Oh, it was best time ever.
Good,
Best
good,
time
man,
ever.
good. You remember what you rated yourself when you first got here?
I was overestimating myself. Overestimating myself. I estimated myself at a 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm a 1 now.
Okay, good.
I'm a 1 now.
Okay, good,
Definitely.
good. So the number's the same. Good, so you didn't overestimate yourself.
No, I learned so much today.
Okay.
More so than I think I've ever done in anything I've accomplished and attempted. So.
And like I said, man, definitely just keep it up, okay?
Oh, you'll definitely be back.
Yes,
Thank
I will,
you, sir.
God willing. Pleasure, man. Chris, did you enjoy yourself?
I had a great time today. And that's what the day went just as I expected it to go.
Good, good. What did you rate yourself when you first came out?
About a 3.
Any change in that?
Maybe a half. That's it. I still need a lot of practice. I learned a lot of things, and it's interesting how much better I can handle a bike when I'm by myself in a parking lot without cones and without barriers anywhere. It's amazing what that does to you, to your mind. But I just need to keep on practicing. But this was well worth it, well worth the money, well worth the trip here, and I definitely will be back. And I wanted to give a shout out to Mike. What a host.
Yeah, absolutely.
What an absolute great host.
Just phenomenal, phenomenal.
This is perfect here.
It really is.
We couldn't ask for a better facility.
Really couldn't.
You know, so.
Really couldn't. You got, and I said it, Chris said it, it's just true. So if you guys are in the Florida area, or even if you're not, but you're close, and because I'm going to be back here, there's no doubt about it. If you're not on the email notification list, get on that list so that you know when this is going down, and then we'll make it happen. Pleasure, man.
It was really great meeting you, man.
You too, brother.
You're exactly what you purport to be on your videos.
That's
You're
right,
a great
man.
guy, man.
Thank you,
It was
man.
great
Thank
meeting
you. You enjoy yourself, man?
Very much.
You remember what you rated yourself when you first came out?
Yes, a 2.
Any change in that?
Yeah, I'd say a 3,
Yeah,
4.
because even 3 is low. I'm looking at some of the stuff that you did out here. Even exercise number 4. I mean, you rocked that exercise. So,
I had some good moments and then some bad moments.
but you know what you need to buy out? I don't know. You haven't had any bad moments. Are you injured?
Well, I had a full head of hair.
Are you injured now?
No.
You didn't have any bad moments out here, you know. If you had a mishap, did you drop your motorcycle today?
Yes.
Okay. Is the bike still running?
No.
Any scratches?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so everything, he's opposite man.
There are some scratches.
All right, listen. Where the scratches? On the underside of the exhaust?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the underside. No big deal. Are those stock exhausts? Is that stock?
No, those are my new tabs.
Tab performance, baby.
Yeah.
All right, they sound good, man. Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Ari, come on, man. Ari was punking me from the beginning with that damn preload, but he got it together, man. You enjoy yourself?
Very much, man. This was the best class I ever had.
Beautiful, man. What'd you rate yourself when you first came out?
I came in late, so I didn't rate
Yeah, you
myself.
didn't. All right. What's your name?
Ari,
Where you from?
Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. How long have you been riding the motorcycle?
Since 2017.
Okay. And what are you riding today?
Indian Springfield Dark Horse.
What year?
2017. I
Okay.
mean 2021.
2021. How long have you been practicing slow speed riding?
This is my first slow speed riding
Okay.
class
Beautiful.
ever.
You did good, man. You did really well. If you had to give yourself a rating 1 to 10 slow speed, what are you giving yourself?
After the class,
Before or after? It doesn't matter.
3.
3.
I'll do a 3.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure to meet you, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, guys. Listen, this was just. I don't even know what to say, guys. You know, this location, Mike, the host, everybody that works here at Gator Ford, just outstanding. I can't wait to come back here. So, guys, definitely keep your ears and eyes open. Make sure you're on that notification list because, you know, and this is coming from Mike. He wants me back here, and I want to be back here. So those two things combined, it's going to happen, right? I'll be back here. I'll be back. Anyway, guys, I'm going to pack up. I got to drive back to Pula, and then I got a trip to go to tomorrow. So, But this is all worth it, guys. All worth it. I wouldn't trade anything for it. To hear people forget about having fun, they're learning, right? And the fact that we can learn and have fun, that's just a bonus. All right, guys? All right. We're right near the highway. People go by, they honk their horns. Motorcycles go by. So it's just a perfect location. It really is. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Practice session number 68 in the books. Spend more time being thankful for the things that you have, guys, and less time complaining about the things that you don't. Seat time doesn't equal practice time, guys. If you have time to ride your motorcycles, please make time to practice on them. Until next time.